Oh my God, it's so hot here.
Oh.
One more day. One more day.
There's a podcast called Between Two Slabs. They consume mass media. It seems so sad. It's the great curator and Merlin. They can't grow pubes, so they gotta wear a merkin. They got no money, so I guess they gotta share. Just two nerds wishing they could grow body hair. Comics, cards, and toys, nothing that would interest you. It's the podcast that nobody listens to.
Listen to. Yo.
All right, we are here. We are here. Let's give a few minutes for all the millions and millions of fans that don't watch this podcast to not come into the room. Let's wait a few minutes here.
All right, rise and shine. It is National Card Show time, baby.
Oh my God, we finally found the time to have this live. I know you guys have been patiently waiting for this. This is episode 100. Live from the National in Chicago, guys. It is a crazy ass experience here. The show has been amazing. From my perspective, the show has been amazing. We have so much to talk about, so many things to share with you guys. So little time, because right now, I'm looking at the clock right now. Right now, there is a trade night going on downstairs in our hotel. I'm itching to get there for sure. So, we'll try to hang out with you guys as much as we can. We have so much to talk about.
That's right.
This is going to be kind of like a shortened episode.
A what?
Shortened episode. Like we could talk for like 2 hours, like we normally do, right?
Oh yes, even this tired.
Yes, but we're gonna try to keep this, somewhat manageable so that we can go down and enjoy.
That's right, because when we came back from dinner, we went to the elevator and we noticed there were just like thousands and thousands of people in the lobby downstairs for trade night.
Yeah, and so it's popping down there, so we need to go down there for sure. But we wanted to definitely talk to you guys,
right,
and give you guys an update. Should this light be on?
Well, it was really bright, Dan.
I feel like it's too dark. I think that's good.
You like that, guys?
Yeah, I like this.
Okay. I wanted to get the mood set for you, buddy.
Okay. We'll save that for later. Save that for later, guys. Okay.
Yes, if you saw me in the bed last night live on Dan's live Instagram.
Yeah. Save that for Between Two Slabs After Dark.
Oh my goodness!
I will go live on my Instagram later.
You had me on my CPAP machine last night.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the National.
Yes.
From my perspective, just in a general sense, at least twice as big as last year. Would you agree?
Oh yes. Definitely by size, tables, corporate booths, everything. Yeah. It's enormous. So enormous. This is my third one ever in Chicago. And let me tell you, I got lost this time.
It seems like at least double or triple the size of it was 2 years ago.
Yes.
For sure. Because they've opened up entire different sections. It takes like 10 minutes to walk from end to end.
At least.
Of the convention center. That's a long time, guys. Like 10 minutes to walk from end to end.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely like double the size at least. And a lot of that space that has been added has been allocated to corporate booths, which I've noticed.
That's
corporate booths or big time businesses in the hobby, because it's not like they just added a bunch of extra tables for vendors. There seems to be less vendors this time than normal. And triple, quadruple the amount of corporate vendors, which is an interesting observation to me, because I feel like a lot for like the past year or so, people have been complaining that card shows are out of touch, out of date compared to like comic conventions, Collecticon, and other type of big conventions and trade shows. So I feel like this is a huge level up in terms of production value.
Definitely.
Right? Because these corporate booths, they are spending money for these places.
Oh, they are.
Like not only just in the booth space itself, but they've got big backdrops, big graphics. Some of them have elaborate lights and lighting displays.
Elaborate sets. Yes.
Like at Upper Deck has this huge display. They got like I don't know, 50 basketballs, big Jordan 23 sign that looks really cool.
Gary V has a booth.
Gary V has this huge
V-Friends.
booth for V-Friends, huge graphics. Heritage Auction has two different separate sections with like probably 20 glass display cases.
Sports separated by entertainment.
Looks like a museum. I I don't know what was that company that had the garbage pail?
That was Tops.
Tops has this huge booth with like these fortune-telling garbage pail machines that custom made. That doesn't seem cheap.
Oh, remember Whatnot? They had like entire like section, like area.
Whatnot has a carnival.
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that, the carnival where you can play games and all these things. Whatnot has a carnival section here.
Even PSA's larger now.
PSA has an entire vault. PSA bring their vault. They created a vault to show off their, vaulting services. Sports Card Investor has its huge things. So many different organizations have like built in, like they look like DJ booths or something like that, where they can do their podcast.
Oh, that was eBay.
eBay, Dave and Adams, Layden Sports, Daps Sports, all these guys have all these like crazy podcast booths where they do interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're way much bigger than they were last year.
It's wild, guys. They spend a lot of money. Even Backyard Breaks has all this.
Oh,
crazy,
they do?
Yeah, they've got like this claw machine that people are lining up for. All sorts of crazy stuff. All these different cool activities that you can do. Like you can make your own card to get slabbed. You can take pictures.
That's from Whatnot and PSA.
You can take pictures and become like a prism, become on top of a prism background. All these different games you can play. So definitely a step up in production value. So I got to give, I don't even know who organizes all this stuff, but I got to give a lot of credit to the standard that has been set for this national. It coming from Comic-Con, I can appreciate all that stuff. Now it's not on any level like Comic-Con. I'd say it's like 30% of the production value
definitely
of Comic-Con, but it's definitely way better than it was last year and way better than any show that I've ever seen before. So that has been crazy impressive in itself, guys. The atmosphere here, the vibes have been great. Everybody's in a good mood. Everybody's doing deals from our perspective. Okay. There are some people that don't share this perspective, but from our experience, deals, nonstop deals left and right, people buying, selling, trading. It's been crazy. The only drawback has been the heat.
Oh man,
the heat has been unbearable, except for today.
It's finally cooled down.
I thought it was okay
at night, at least, because we weren't outside during the day. But tonight it felt great.
I thought it was very comfortable today, but for the first like Wednesday to Friday, it's like sweating bullets, guys. Like you feel like you're in a sauna, like soup down there.
Thick.
Soup down there. That's how bad it has been. The first day was like a really, really bad. Like if you guys saw me making all those Instagram reels complaining, that was not me joking, guys. I was literally dying. And I think they heard me because they gave us fans. We got fans.
Yes.
The next day we got the AC in our area turned up. I don't know why it wasn't turned up then.
The thing was, like on Tuesday and Wednesday, they had the garage door, door open so people can unload there.
Yeah.
And then it rained on us, and instead of cooling it down, it's like pouring water on rocks in a sauna. It created a steam room, and it just sucked out all the AC that we have the rest of the day.
Yeah, so I think that has been a disaster, to be honest. But it's made it difficult. But I would say besides that one hiccup, everything else has been fantastic.
Because we've had pretty cool days. But I went to the news section that you've been talking about, and it's still hot and stuffy over there.
So I mean, I guess we're lucky then. Maybe we're lucky, but we are in the back, guys. So I feel like we're at a slight disadvantage because we're all the way in the back. So when you come into the entrance, like let's just say the entrance is here at the bottom, and I told you it takes 10 minutes to get to the back. We are literally in the last row of the damn convention center. So that's a little bit of a disadvantage, especially now that I found out today. I don't know if I told you this, but they labeled our booth wrong on their map.
I know that. Yes.
Yeah. So we're at like 148. Is our booth number. That's what
150.
That's what we've been telling people. And apparently they put us on the show map as like what
1148 and 1150.
11. So people are going to opposite sides of the convention
looking for us.
We're in aisle 100,
which is the first row from the back.
And people have been going to aisle 1100, which is like far away from where we're at. So that has been a little bit of a disaster, I guess. But I mean, we still got a lot of traffic. You know what I mean?
Like our friends like Gas Trading, they're at 1320.
Oh,
and it took like 15 minutes to walk over there.
Yeah. So that has been a little bit of a setback, but besides that, everything else has been great. We've met so many awesome people. I cannot emphasize this enough. We've met so many awesome people that have come up to us this weekend, people that follow us and support us. So that has been super cool. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on. I've seen some crazy monster cards come by the table, not just non-sports, but like, sports cards have come by the table. Some really unique items that we can talk about a little bit. It's just been a great experience. We're hanging out. We've got a really great group of guys at our table, sharing our booth. We've got, me, you, Merlin. We got Mr. Minty. We got Brian, Sunday League Investor. We got our friends from Hobby Korea.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got a really great group of guys at our table, and I feel the camaraderie. You know what I mean? We've been going out to dinner every night, having steak dinners, steak and fancy seafood restaurants. So that has been really cool. We've been hanging out late at night at trade nights and things like that.
That's right.
So overall, I mean, if you guys can kind of, I don't know if like I'm conveying this through the microphone or through this video that you guys are watching right now, but it has been a great experience. It's like being at Disneyland. I keep saying that. It's like being a kid at Disneyland, getting to hang out with all your friends, staying in the same hotel as all your friends, seeing things that you love, and just having a great time.
That's right. Definitely. It's good to see people. Like we've had people from like Europe, South America who watch the show, and they've come to their first conventions ever, and it has to be the national.
Yeah. Also, I met people from Uruguay.
That's right.
Goats and Ballers from Uruguay,
Australia, England.
Yes. This dude Austin from Germany.
That's right.
Man, a lot of English dudes. Australia,
Korea,
China. Where else? Canada, Mexico, all over the world. Ireland, all over the world. Everywhere you can think of, we've met all these people that have flown into the country to come to the national. So that has been really amazing.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
It's been great because you're either selling cards or you're looking at cards, trading cards, and then on top of that, you're trying to make some content. On top of that, you're talking to all these people.
Yeah.
Meeting new people, networking.
Yeah.
It's definitely sensory overload.
Yeah. I mean, like we're on our feet 8 to 10 hours a day, just talking nonstop, all this stuff. We're not getting that much sleep, but it's exhausting, but it's so much fun, and it's so worth it.
That's right. You don't feel how tired you are till we sit down now, like we are.
Right.
And we feel our bones aching.
So let's get to let's talk about a little bit more detail about what's going on. Okay. So you and me are right next to each other. We're having a little bit of different experiences at the show here. How are you doing in terms of how would you describe your experience in terms of sales and buying opportunities? Like,
it's been compared to all of the other shows in the past, it's still very good.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as good as it was maybe for me as it was Atlantic City, but Atlantic City outside of the convention was a living hell. Whereas everything here is accessible. There's more things going on.
Yeah.
It was easy. There's a lot more trade nights and other events going on. So it seems more like a festival, feeling like, like Cannes Film Fest or something. But this is for cards because it's like stuff going on 24/7. Like last night, I feel like there was probably like 24 trade nights, all specialized in certain niches. Yeah. Do you agree?
The trade nights have been interesting here because they're not centrally organized.
No,
we don't have like one big trade night like we normally do at like Dallas or other shows.
Well, they had that Thursday night, but it was so crowded.
They had one sponsored trade night. But besides that, everything else has been kind of segmented. There's soccer trade night, F1 trade night. We went to a wrestling card trade night last night, which was really awesome, guys.
There's a Pokemon trade night.
Yeah, Pokemon trade nights. They have like separate trade nights at every single hotel.
We said F1?
Yeah, there's like 3-4 different central hotels around the convention center that everybody's going to. They do the trade night until it gets shut down. Then they go to the next hotel. So it's been kind of crazy in that regard. But I want to get back. So you're saying that as far as sales goes, it's not better than the national. What about buying opportunities?
Oh, definitely.
Have you been spending money?
Yes.
Okay. That's interesting because for me, sales-wise, better than Atlantic City, sales-wise.
You are for you.
I've been killing it.
Yes, he has.
Killing it, guys. Okay.
I'll admit he has.
We'll be talking about that too. I'll be killing it.
But a lot of that has happened today and last night.
Yes.
You were a late bloomer.
just as I planned.
And I
Just
started
as I
early.
planned, okay, just as I planned. But as far as buying opportunities, I have not been buying that much.
I know you haven't. Why?
Part of that is I've been disciplined. I've been trying to be disciplined with my
For
spending.
once.
Because I've been spending a lot of money on original art lately that I needed.
Right.
I really, guys, I spent too much money. The last month, I spent too much money on online auctions that I needed to consolidate my card inventory so that I can move it over into original artwork. So that was one. I was trying to be disciplined. But two, I have not really seen a lot of items that I felt like I needed to have. A lot of people bring me, common items, more common things that I don't want to deal in my inventory, like lower end stuff that I just don't want to use.
Or carry on the plane with you.
Yeah, some people have brought me some really high end items, like $20,000 plus, thinking that I got money. They think I'm rich,
Well, yeah, they see your content, man.
I know, right? So, but like, it's funny, like people bring me a card. Oh, this is really awesome. Like somebody brought me a Luke Skywalker. No, Mark Hamill, 2012 Superfractor on card Mark Hamill auto. It was a BGS 9.5.
Woo!
Brought me that.
How much were they asking?
$25,000.
Did you take it?
I said, they gave it to me. They handed it to me. They said 25. I was like, oh, let me hand this back to you. So it's crazy. People bring me crazy 6-figure cards. And
that guy brought us those 3 Hulk Hogan cards from 81. They're not the poppy.
How much do you want for that?
Like $20,000.
$20,000. So, okay. So let me just be clear. We are not the type of guys, despite the glamorous lifestyles that you guys see here, despite that this looks like it's a penthouse. No, we are not the type of guys that spend $20,000 on a card. Maybe if I traded into it and I had a bunch of stuff that I just threw, but in terms of cash, we are not the type of guys to put down 20 stacks on a card. I don't think that will ever happen.
Well, we were hanging out with a lot of the ballers.
Oh,
we were hanging out with guys who have purchased that amount for cards.
Yes. So we hang in those circles, but we're not part of that circle. We're just out on the outside looking in. Okay. So a lot of those guys have been coming to me. So
yes, there were some of your customers.
But within my wheelhouse of like 1,000 to like, I don't know. I'll go all the way from 1,000 to like 6, 7, 8,000 range. That's the range that I like to play in most of the time. I have not seen any really good stuff that I want to get into, right? So that's another thing.
So you have not walked around the floor and bought anything?
No. The only time that we have walked around the floor is in the morning before the show opens.
Decided that we were going to do that.
Yeah, and mainly we've been checking out the corporate booths because they're so amazing. Right, that we've been checking out the corporate booths. We
get stopped at the corporate booths all the time.
That's right, guys.
Also by coincidence.
So here's another thing. This year at the National, we are quite popular.
Right.
That's not an understatement. That's a humble brag, if anything else.
It does feel good.
We are quite popular. All the hard work that we have put in over last years to get to 100 episodes, it's being recognized because a lot of the corporate representatives at these booths, REA auctions, heritage auctions, art galleries, Dave and Adams, places that I can't even remember. They've all been stopping us, talking to us, giving cards. So we've been networking more basically, which is pretty cool, which is good for us because maybe we'll get some more sponsors for this channel. Speaking of which, I think we are contractually obligated to talk about our sponsor right here. Okay, Merlin.
Right here.
Okay, Merlin, right there.
And they're actually here also at the National.
Yes.
So see them. I don't Dan, do you know what booth they're at? We're talking about Veriswap, guys.
I don't think they have a booth.
Oh, they're not even at the booth, but they're carrying around the belt
They're
you've been holding
Yes,
up.
the championship belt was crowned at the trade night last night. They are walking around. They are sponsoring trade nights. But why don't you go ahead and give the contractual plug for them?
Let's do it, guys. Veriswap is on your iPhone or Google phone or Droid or whatever you have. So download that app. It's called Veriswap. You see it over my shoulder right there. VERISWAP. And download it. It only takes a few minutes, literally. If I can do it within 5 minutes, if I can create an account and upload my slabs to sell or trade on Veriswap, you can do it too. I know you're better than I am. And also, if you ever have someone on Instagram, Facebook, eBay, I don't know, whatever social app, and they're hitting you up, and you don't know who the hell this person is, and they're like, dude, I want to trade with you. And you're like, I don't know. You're not going to trade with anybody I don't know. Well, tell them to use Veriswap, post your cards on there, and then make that transaction for that trade or cash trade or whatever you want. And what's the app where you have to do the money? What's it called?
Stripe.
Yeah, you should create a Stripe account. It's that easy. I did it within a minute. So if I can do it, you can do it too. And then you say, hey, dude, get on the Veriswap. My cards are on there. Let's make the transaction. And they are the middle guy. And they will make sure you're not getting ripped off, that if you send some Pokemon boxes, that you're not coming back with G.I. Joe cards and you're not getting the wrong card and saying, well, you're shit out of luck pretty much. They make sure that if you're trading for a Tom Brady card, you're going to get that Tom Brady card, okay? And they're doing just like eBay. They're kind of doing that authenticity guaranteed, making sure that everything's kosher and you've got the cards you want. So tell them to use Veriswap. Act now. It's free to use. And they only charge a certain amount, correct?
3% of the total trade value for each side.
Love it.
Yes.
So I've been using it. Dan's been using it. So find some of our stuff. Try to trade with us, guys.
And do we have it in the show notes? Do we have the link in the show notes?
What's that?
Do we have the link in the show notes?
Yes, the link is in the show notes, folks.
Sign up. If you haven't signed up for an account, please do that because it helps support us by showing them that these ads work, and that's how they sponsor us. We're down to one sponsor left. All the other sponsors, that campaign ran out, but Veriswap has stuck with us. So we want to make sure that they understand that our listeners, our supporters will support us by supporting them. Okay, so click the link below in the show notes to sign up for an account if you haven't done so already, and then try to get your friends to sign up. That helps us out, guys. So please do that. And then the last thing I'll say about that is Veriswap, I think, is a very much needed service in the hobby.
Definitely.
Because whether we realize it or like it or not, the hobby needs to become more formalized, okay, more professional. We can't keep doing handshake deals and things that are not on paper, not written down, not documented. So the hobby, if anything that I've seen at this show and in the last few months of a direction where the hobby's going, it is definitely going on a path where things are becoming more formalized, more official, and Veriswap is a much needed service for that. So we'll talk about we'll talk about that more in the future, maybe a future episode, but definitely, guys, it is much needed service. So we want to support them.
Did you find out who won?
I did not.
Okay. Yeah. We'll know soon. Yeah. We'll let y'all know, and then probably the following episode.
Yeah.
Episode 101.
101 next week when we do that, for sure. But getting back to the national. Okay, so we talked about sales. We talked about environment. We talked about buying and trading, selling opportunities. Besides the fact that we've walked around to see the corporate booths, other than that, we've been so busy. I have not seen any vendor around here at all. I have not walked around to see any vendor at the show.
Well, I finally made it over to the other side today, and it was packed, but super hot.
Yeah, but did you see anything good? Like, what's out there?
I didn't really have a chance. No.
See,
it kind of like melts. Yeah. I'm kind of looking again for stuff that we sell because I want to buy the same things. That's what I look for. So I'm not looking for a bunch of sports cards.
Right. So, I mean, I'll say this. At the National, there's a little bit of everything for everybody. There's sports memorabilia. There's pop culture memorabilia. I've seen comic books. I've seen
art,
fine art, guys, like 10,000 plus fine art.
You did a post on that even.
Yeah. I haven't posted yet. But
you haven't posted. Okay, we'll post it soon, folks.
The reception here is kind of spotty. So
it is. That's true.
Like this has been trying to load for like.
I hate that.
So there's that. We've seen sports cards, obviously non-sports cards for us, all sorts of stuff at the National. But as far as what we're hearing based on the feedback that we're getting from the people we talk to, I would say that football is still very popular right now. People are picking up QBs, things like that. But to us, from our experience at our table and from the people that we've been talking to, the big standout at the show, tell me if you agree, wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling is definitely more popular.
Our entire row of vendors had wrestling.
Yeah, our whole back row is wrestling, not just our booth, but the booth next to us.
And those guys sponsored the wrestling trade night last night.
They're called RBI 7 or something. RBI 7.
They have like the NCWO shirts.
Yeah, so wrestling has a strong presence at the show, stronger than it's ever had, for sure. And I'm going to say Type 1 photos. Type 1 photos. I've been talking about it for a while, and I've been seeing a lot more at the auction houses, at our tables, at other people's tables. So that has definitely gained a lot of attention and traction at the show.
From traction, I mean, even from the traffic, they were showing me some of the stuff they bought at the show as well, not just from our booth, but from others. And I've never seen so many Type 1s because you usually don't see that at a regular convention.
I feel like you've been selling nothing but Type 1s.
Wrestling
or
in Type
photos.
Well, wrestling in Type 1s.
Yeah.
And also remember, there's also Type 2, 3, and 4. Whereas like press photos or Type 3
maybe
digital
we should
photos.
just call it type photos. Type photos.
Yeah, is that what people are doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows? They just made this stuff up a couple of years ago, guys.
They did?
They made this designation of type photos up a few years ago. So I don't know, but let's just call it type photos.
Okay.
Type photos, because there are type 1, 2, 3s. Mostly type 1 and 3s is what I'm seeing out there.
Right.
Right.
Because because the most like digital photos and press kit photos are classified as Type 3.
So we've been seeing those, and I think the common explanation that I'm getting from all the feedback that we've been asking of people that have been buying from us, people that have looked at us, and other people that are selling these things is rarity, right?
Mm-hmm.
People want rarity. The hobby is learning, just like last year where the hobby was learning that base cards and pop counts do matter. This year, the hobby, I feel like, is learning that rarity beyond a low pop count matters, right?
That's true.
Before it was like base cards. Don't buy base cards. Buy numbered parallels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, don't even buy anything 99, 49, even 25 is difficult, right?
Yeah, I think, not only rarity, but uniqueness.
Yes. That's a great point. Uniqueness. So again, so people are looking for like one of a kind items, but they're also looking for unique items that draw people to their table, have some type of story to tell, and that nobody else has.
That's true.
Right? So it's not like you just get like one type, like a superfractor, when other people might have other types of superfractors. You want to get like a like old Babe Ruth photo or an old, music Prince photo or something like that. And people are gravitating towards that. Uniqueness, rarity, items that have some type of story to tell. That is definitely the most popular thing I've seen so far.
That's so true. And so many people were new to it and they wanted to know about it. So you could hear them asking me about it and want me to explain what it was. And then after I explained to them what it was and showed them like different types, that they were really interested in wanting to buy their first type photo.
Yeah.
And they end up buying one from each single time.
Yeah. I got to say, I know you don't like this word, but I said the curator effect.
That's okay.
The curator effect is happening with the Type 1 photos, guys. We a lot of people are looking into it, and just like everything else that we were doing, we're way ahead of the game on that. So that's going to be very interesting to see.
Even though Dan said, "Quit telling and explain about him, get excited about it," I'm like, "Well, Dan, I got to get him the bio."
Yeah, Merlin's been just like telling everybody, go buy type photos. You go to garage sales, you go to flea markets, go buy these things. He's been spilling the secrets, man.
I've been pumping and dumping.
Okay, he's definitely been pumping a lot lately. Okay. Anyway, so that's basically the big feedback that we've got so far. Anything you want to add?
No, it's just great. I think some of the popular type photos that I've sold were old school hip hop. I sold a Public Enemy, a Beastie Boys, a Run DMC, Jerry Seinfeld from the Seinfeld to promote the show back in 1990. And I sold an Eminem.
Right.
And you sold some wrestling?
I did.
What was it?
I sold my Hulk Hogan.
That's right.
My Hulk Hogan Type 1 photo. I sold my Jackie Robinson Type 1 photo.
Wow.
I sold my CGC graded magazines and comic books. So all the vintage stuff. Vintage is very strong here, guys, for sure. So all the stuff that we've been preparing for the last year has really paid off.
And do you know what the biggest wrestler that I sold? Like I sold out of them. Do you know who it was? Who was my biggest wrestling sell?
MJF.
No.
Cody Rhodes.
No.
Is a man or woman?
Man.
I don't know. Roman Reigns?
No.
I have no idea.
You're in the right league.
WWE.
Yes. This is going to shock you.
LA Knight.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I had 6 of them, the premium ones too. I had like PSA 10s of like high premium ones, low pop. And by Wednesday I was gone. wiped out.
Interesting to see that for sure. I mean, I was not prepared for that. But you know what else has done really well?
What?
My dollar boxes.
I know
you
that.
don't have dollar boxes.
No, you didn't tell me how much they were, and they keep coming to me, and I'm like, I don't know how much they are.
Yeah.
Go to you.
When I say dollar boxes, I actually mean $3, guys.
How much are they in there?
$3 to $5.
They're 3 to 5, but
Yeah.
how do you know if they're 3 to 5? Because I don't know.
Base cards $3, hits $5.
Okay.
So,
now I know.
yeah.
I'll help you tomorrow.
Yeah. But I must have sold like over 125, 150 cards. Something
I
like
know.
That. Very surprising.
Every time I look over, there's somebody in your shoebox.
And I don't like dollar cards.
I know you. That's why I'm surprised you have them out there.
I really don't like dollar cards, but I was listening to a podcast that had the Card Father from Burbank Sports Card.
Right.
And he said in that they said, like, what's your tip for the National as a vendor? He's like, dollar boxes. While everybody has high-end everything at the National, the ones that have the dollar boxes are going to get people to stop at your table. And man, was he right. So I know that the Card Father listens and watches our podcast religiously. So I'm going to say thank you, Card Father, for giving me that advice, because I've been able to move a lot of my cards that I want to get rid of, my common base cards. I've made a good chunk of change from that, and I have drawn a lot of people to the table. So
now here's a dumb question. It's because I want to ask this because maybe the viewers want to know, what do you put those dollar cards in so you don't like have too much overhead? Do you put them into a penny sleeve? Do you put them in a semi-rigid holder, a top loader, like what?
So I used to just use the card sleeves.
Okay.
And I wouldn't even put them in a penny sleeve.
Right.
But I learned that they're difficult to deal with because they're bigger and they're like floppy, right?
Or the rigid ones?
No, the card sleeves. They're like really thin.
Just the penny sleeves?
No, the card sleeve itself. I don't even use a penny sleeve.
Okay.
I used to do that way.
Okay.
To save on cost.
Gotcha.
But I realized that the top loaders are just much more efficient in terms of storing them. I can fit a lot more in there, and people can handle them easier. Right. So I do take the time to put a penny sleeve and a top loader.
Okay.
Top loaders are like 15, 20 cents, depending on how much you get them for, plus the penny sleeve. That's why I don't charge $1.
Gotcha.
That's why I charge $3 for it. Okay. Inflation, guys. Inflation is real, even in the hobby. So that's why I do it. And you know what? People have no problem paying it.
Gotcha.
This is what I learned. Okay.
What did you learn?
So my case has cards from $50 to $10,000, right? All sorts of cool stuff. Marvel, Star Wars, Disney. But not everybody's going to drop that much money.
Not correct.
So, but they want that stuff. They want the Marvel, Star Wars, the Disney. They want it for fun. They want it for their kids. They want it for themselves. So the dollar box is a great option for that, because I've been selling the hell out of Disney White Schwartz. Disney White Schwartz is my bestseller. Wrestling is my second bestseller.
So you just take a lot of the commons out there and put them in there.
Yes. All the stuff that you see me rip open, I've got tons of it at home.
Yes, you do.
That I've been giving it away because I thought it was worthless, right? But I realized, no, people want that, and they'll have no problem paying. You know, some people pay anywhere between $5 to like $50. They just grab a stack of cards, $5 to $50. They'll get like 10 to 15 cards each time. They're happy. I'm happy. I got a little bit of money back.
You've got people hanging out at the booth?
Yes. And a good strategy, guys, is if you have a lot of people hanging around your booth, more people will come, because it's like a fly to honey. They're going to be like, what's going on there? What's going on? And they're going to come and look to see what's going on. And it just brings more traffic in. So dollar boxes are definitely a play right now, for sure. The next couple shows, I'm definitely going to be bringing these dollar boxes.
Gotcha.
It's only a hassle because they're so heavy that I have to put it in a check bag, which I don't like to do. But, you know, I'm totally.
That's what I had to do too.
Glad I did it. Okay. So anything else before we kind of move on that you want to share? Did you want to share any of your things that you've acquired yet?
Oh yes, and also I will let you know that since we had so many wrestling cards, I made so many people around the convention who are so into wrestling, who give to wrestling for some area or aspect. And I met a guy who bought for me some cards, and he just published this book. It's called Japanese Pro Wrestling Trading Card Almanac Premier Edition. You can buy this like on eBay, I think Amazon maybe, but it's by Richard Gilligan, like Gilligan, but Gilligan.
That's cool.
And so he gave this to me. And so check him out on Instagram and everything. And if you're into Japanese pro wrestling cards, then you should buy this. It's only $25. And it was really cool. So I got to meet people like that. Mm-hmm. I always, every year I go into the National, I love to buy the redemption boxes. I'll buy like a couple just to get a couple packs. I've done really well in the past. Unfortunately, the past couple of years, I haven't done so well like I have in the previous ones, like in 19 and 21. I mean, I got a Justin Jefferson card from the silver packs and a Dylan Mitchell. I guess he's pretty good. It's numbered out of, I can't even see that, Dan. What's that numbered out of?
599.
599. Wow, that's a rare one now, okay?
Now, do you get to pick the sport?
No, it's just random. It's anything Panini. So what we could get, even wrestling in here now since they're with them. And I got a 99 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Woo woo. And a plain Tua. But back in the day, every card you used to get in there was numbered. Now they don't do it so much. Maybe because it's gotten bigger. I don't know. And I had to buy a Spectra 21 basketball NBA. And I think the best card I asked Adrian, I said the best card I got out of there was numbered 49 Evan Mobley.
Okay.
So, it was fun, but it was like playing roulette. I just lost my money pretty quickly. Okay. But it was fun. I don't mind. And then guess who I got here? The good trade when we closed today, as the lights went out, I sold a few cards and I got this beautiful white sparkle of LA Knight, baby. Woo! Because I said I did restock my LA Knights because I sold them all.
Look at that.
He was the hottest wrestler on the floor this week, folks. And even at the National, everybody was selling him.
Is this a 101?
I don't know. It's a white sparkle. I don't know.
What does that mean? What does white sparkle mean?
I don't know the distribution of a white sparkle.
It looks cool though.
They have their own packs.
I've never seen a white sparkle actually that, I can't remember lately.
It's pretty nicely centered too, I believe.
Yeah, this is actually not bad.
No, because they're usually like left to right heavy.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes. Okay. And also got a Mojo Liv Morgan autograph numbered down.
Mark the collector. Mark the collector. That one's for Mark. Mark, buy it right now. He needs to make a sale.
I got Dan's future ex-wife, Tiffany Stratton.
I am obsessed with Tiffany Stratton. If you're not following her Instagram, go do it and thank me for it. Okay, you're welcome.
And I have my past ex-wife, Stacy Kuebler.
Oh boy,
autograph.
Childhood crush.
Yes.
Childhood crush.
And then always, I love these guys. Woo! I got some Three Stooges guys because they are on fire right now. This set is on fire, but I love this one because their heads are like the animals, like taxidermy, hunting animals on the wall. See their heads? Remember that from an episode? I also bought a box from Gas Trading Cards. My friends at Gas Trading, they're at 3210 booth where all the other dealers are, and it's so hot over there. But I got a box of this is Tupac cards.
Are there okay?
There are no autographs, unfortunately.
Numbered? Numbered cards?
I think so. Yes.
So they're random yet?
Stuff. Not yet.
Okay.
And I also have 2 boxes of LA Knight, and I was told you have not LA Knight. I want to say Ice T. Ice T, and as you saw, he made a video just like they did with Arnold. Uh-huh. He's got a bunch of autographs. They told you have a 1 out of 4 boxes to get an autograph from Ice T.
When are you going to open this?
I don't know. When should I open one?
Can you open one right now?
Okay, let's. You want to get Ice T?
Alive. He's going to do what's that right there in the hand?
Oh,
whatever you want. I don't care.
I'll do one of each. How about that?
Yeah. Okay, we're doing a live. World premiere live.
This is Tupac, and they've been selling them like hotcakes, folks. It has been a very hot. It's just one card.
One card comes in a top loader.
I think it's an autograph.
Who's this?
No, it's not.
Tupac.
It's a numbered 5 out of 100. It's
number
3.
Okay.
So it is a numbered card. Tupac, baby. Nice shiny ice.
That's a signature?
Ice prism. I wish it was a signature, but
okay, I can see it's printed on this facsimile. It says Tupac. I don't know what this says. Always? Shakur? Does he have a middle name?
Yeah, what's your letter say? What's his name on the letter?
He just wrote 2.
Okay.
But this is a cracked ice, okay? So let me show it to him a little bit better.
Okay. Yeah, it's a cracked ice.
Check that out. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, not bad. Not
And then
bad.
show them the number on the back, which is on the top up there. See it? It says 5 of 10,
Yeah.
100.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Gas trading card, huh? Nice.
Mhm.
Very
And
nice.
PSA will grade these cards.
Yeah.
They've been verified. So let me go get the iced tea real quick.
Okay.
Maybe I'll have a hot one.
He's gonna go get a hot iced tea, guys.
Hot iced tea.
Well, while he's doing that, let me show you guys. Let me tell you guys about my pickups. I don't have too many of them. I did pick up. Okay, starting off, I picked up a 1-of-1 custom art card by Luke the Cardist of Dr. J. So I'll show that guys off to you pretty soon. That's a badass card. I did temporarily lose the card at the hotel, which freaked me out if you guys were following my Instagram, but the card was found. So got that. I picked up a Bloodline booklet, Immaculate Bloodline booklet, which people are going crazy for at my table and at the wrestling trade night, but I picked it up. So that's pretty cool. I see Dex Flow in here, so I'll answer your question about that later. And I picked up a few other things I can't remember right now, but probably one of the best things I picked up, I'm going to show you right now, guys. At the wrestling card trade night, I won the raffle, and I won this beautiful John Morrison signed autographed photo. Look at that, guys.
Why did I find that in the bathroom?
Why do you think? Why do you think? This is going to be framed and it's going to be sitting on my bedstand. So big thank you to all the wrestling guys who organized this, Gelman and everybody else.
Isn't he in AEW now?
This dreamboat here is with me here.
He and his wife?
Yes, yes.
So I'm going to open up the rest of these 2-packs. I got 3 more before I open the iced tea to show you each single one, the different ones that gas trading cards are making. So here's another one. I think this is from his album too.
Oh, another cracked ice.
Yeah, and it's a 5 out of 100 as well.
What?
5.
Oh, I wonder if they gave you all 5s.
Maybe so. Maybe it's constant, where
Yeah.
you can blah, 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 blah. And it looks great. So yeah, at least it's a box. So we'll find out here. Yeah, here's with his do rag.
Oh, that's 98.
Oh, this is 98 of 100, folks.
Wait, so why are you getting all cracked ice?
Maybe that's just what I pulled.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe that's what's in the box. I mean, we're learning as we go along here, right? Because I had no clue what I was getting. I didn't even know what they looked like or anything. But this has been their hottest product.
Oh, I think it's a 4-card set. So
maybe so.
I think they're all going to match.
These are nice, though. Do you agree?
Yeah. This is.
They're all cracked ice,
Yeah.
numbered out of 100. So this was 26 of 100. And those first 2 were 5 of 100. So these are nice. Like I said, they're all got the tag and everything. So some people don't like the open cards like this. And some people, do grade them. But PSA will grade these. And now I'm going to open up my iced tea, brand new iced tea box. Here it is, folks. Iced tea, 2023 gas hip hop training cards, limited edition. Let's see if I can open up this thing, Dan. Oh, I need a box cutter. Do we have one right here?
Right there.
Got it.
Sponsored by Hobby Korea.
Hobby Korea guys, they gave me one.
The guys from Hobby Korea are so nice.
They're super nice.
I love these guys.
Thank you, Kim and BJ, for hanging out with us. I've been very appreciative of their companionship. Okay, Dan. Still can't open it.
You gotta use it.
Get really in there?
You're not using the knife, dude.
Oh, I'm not?
No, you're just using the
Oh.
hook. The hook.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Amateur here.
Yeah.
Amateur hour. Sorry, guys. I did it already. Who cares? That's a really nice set. That's what we got here. Oh, it's so new. It's wrapped in tissue. You ever give a present like this at an white elephant party?
Yeah.
You're so lazy, you just wrap it up in tissue.
2 cards. 2-card set.
Oh, I still got cracked ice. That means, I got the alpha. 1 of 100.
Oh, we got the alpha card out of 100.
Give it to him.
Okay.
Iced tea, folks.
It's pretty cool.
Is he on what show is he on? Is he on one of those CISs
or CIS or something like that? Special Crimes Unit?
Or Law and Order?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Special Crimes, I believe. Look at there. Another cracked ice. This one's a 3100, everybody. So there you go. That's 2 cards set. They go for $100 for these 2 cards. That's $50 each. The Tupac is a $75, I think, around that for a 4-card set.
Awesome.
There you go.
All right, so those are some of our pickups here. Okay, so one last thing before we get into our next segment, guys. Last thing I forgot to tell you that I've been killing it on that I want to share with you guys here. This is going to be my little tidbit of knowledge, my nugget of knowledge to share with you guys. So those of you that have stayed this long, you get this little bit of knowledge.
Awesome. We got 40 people now. Looks great.
You know what I've been killing it on?
What?
K-pop cards. K-pop cards.
I didn't see you sell them. You really did?
I've been slinging them.
Have you sold the Blackpink yet, though?
The set, no, because I don't want to sell it. I got plans. I got special plans for that. But the non-graded cards, I must have had like 100 of them. I've sold them all. You know,
where were they?
They're on the far side by.
But they weren't in the dollar box.
By Hobby Korea.
Okay.
No, they're by Hobby Korea. And
gotcha.
I've been having the Koreans sell the K-pop cards for me. More authentic that way, guys.
Smart.
But easy. People have been stopping by my table looking at the K-pop cards. They can't believe it. I'm the only person at the National that has K-pop cards, and I've been killing it on that, guys. So I'm telling you, K-pop is a thing.
Man.
Okay, so anyways, all right. Enough of this nonsense. Let's talk about real business here. Okay. This is episode 100, guys. 100. We've been doing this show for over a year now. This is our second national together doing this show.
Right.
And it's a significant milestone. Okay. There are only a handful of podcasts that are in the hobby that have been consistent enough that have made it past 100 episodes. Only a handful. The only one I can think of is a sports card therapist, I believe. And,
Rob, right.
And Cousins Collectibles.
Right. Shout out to those guys. They've been very supportive of us. They've come and said hello. They've welcomed us with open arms at their trade nights. They've been great guys.
Yes. So those are the only ones that I can really think of. And I'm not talking about like a video. I'm not talking about like a show vlog video. I'm talking about a live podcast where we can interact with people, where people can watch it on playback that we do every single week. And ours are not like 10 minutes, not half an hour, not 45 minutes, not 1 hour, not an hour and a half. Typically, they have been 2+ hours over the duration of this whole show. And
maybe that's why they don't watch it.
Probably. Okay. I know most people just turn it on as background white noise, basically, but still counts. That still counts for a view.
It does. Thank you for just using it as a white noise.
Yes. So I gotta say, this is a huge accomplishment for me personally that I am very proud of, because when we started this project together, right, you approached me and you said, "Hey, let's do something together." Right?
He said it was him. He said it was me. I think it was him.
You approached me, and you had your own thing at that time.
Right. Well, I was going around vlogging shows and interviewing people.
So I was thinking he wants me to be a guest on his show.
Because, is that what you thought?
Because I was doing other guest spots.
Okay.
So he's like, "All right, I'll do a show with you." We do the show, and then he's like, "Okay, let's do it next week." And I was like, "Wait, what are you talking about?" And then we started talking, and one of the stipulations that I agreed to at that time, that I needed to agree to, was that we be consistent.
Right. I
said
that is true.
I said that I don't want to do a 3-week, a 4-week, a 5-week, or 6-week show because
lose steam, because
it's not going to amount to anything.
Right.
It's not going to gain any traction. We have to be consistent with it.
Right. And
we have kept that agreement in place by doing this show pretty much every single week, sometimes 2 times a week.
That's right.
You know, with trade nights and things like that.
Yeah, special events.
Yeah, special events. And now it has grown to be where it's like a big part of what we do in the hobby.
That's true.
Right? It's like it's a great source it's a great creative outlet for us to voice our ideas, our opinions, our feelings. It's a great way to build our brand, to gain exposure within the hobby, to introduce ourselves to a lot of people, to show off our personalities to people so that, you know, they kind of get a better sense of who we are. And it's been a great rewarding experience for me personally. I'm not going to speak for you. Okay. But for me, that's how I feel. And I want to take this time because usually, guys, I'm gonna be honest. Most of the time, I talk 90% of the time. Okay,
You think so?
most of the time, see, because this is how the dynamic works between us. I am the talent. I am the on-air talent. Merlin is the producer.
You know, the trolls
Yes.
have been inviting me to
Yes.
come onto their shows to get rid of you because they said they promised me at least I'll get 25% to speak.
Yes. So Merlin is the producer. He's the moderator. He's the guy that kind of like bounces things off of me. So 90% of the time I speak. Okay. I'm long-winded with my answers, but I give you guys entertainment.
Yes, he
Okay.
does.
So that's no secret. I know that happens, right? But that's by design, guys. It's by design. All right. But this time I'm gonna flip the script and I'm gonna turn it around and I'm gonna let you drive the conversation. I'm gonna basically interview you and allow you a little bit of time to shine. It only happens every 100 episodes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Only every 100 episodes do I give the ball to Merlin.
So my second time will
Yes.
be 2 years from now.
Yes. Okay. So let's start off with this. Okay.
Okay.
So people know I just told the story about how you
Let
approached
me
me.
get some water.
Okay. I told the story about how you approached me. I think we told the story about how we met, but go ahead and give a recap about the first time that we ever
First
met
time
at a show.
ever I saw
Okay?
your face.
Tell it.
I was doing my vlogs with my friends, and we were going to shows when lockdown was over, and we got to start going to card shows. Remember, and those lines were like long. It would take
Yes.
like an hour to get in, and everybody was like filming, and it was packed. It was elbow to elbow.
This was the height of the card craze.
Right. When was that? It was like spring of 21.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, you know what? Like, I feel like a lot of hobbyists got in, or investors got into this for the first time during COVID lockdown. And when they went out, they have never really even been to a show or interacted with people. And I bet you like their social skills by being locked down were, a little rusty. And maybe they didn't know how to interact because, you're interacting before, like on eBay or on social media, and you have a different alter ego than when you meet someone in real life, correct?
Right.
And I was like, well, you know what? I should go to all these shows and talk to the dealers and talk to the buyers or the collectors and see what what their POV is of how they should be at a card show. And I asked the dealers, like, how should someone go up to you, and if they want to trade or make a deal or make an offer, what do you expect from them? How should they behave? What's their etiquette? And one of the first card shows was the premiere, and what was it, Westminster?
Yes.
And that's who dealer Jay. It's Jay, right? That's his show, right?
Jay and Kobe.
Kobe, yes, Kobe. Thank you. And we was so packed that I couldn't even get in. It was so sweaty in that gym that I went out to the lobby and I saw this guy. He had a lot of wrestling and a Ric Flair belt. And Ric Flair was one of my childhood heroes. And I was like, who the hell's got this belt? And I saw, and
I
he
even
got
had
somebody
wrestling
cool
back
like
then.
this. Yes, you did.
That's how far ahead of the curve I
You
was.
had a very eclectic mix. And I was like, I like eclectic, man. I like my music eclectic. I like my women eclectic. And I like my hobby eclectic. And so I was like, I got to interview this guy and find out why he's got so much stuff. And so I said, hey, man, is there any chance I can interview you and you can show me all your stuff and everything? And I mean, you had just started. We all had started at this point. And I kept running to you over and over and over again. And I noticed, like, you know what? We have like the same taste. You've got like the same energy and everything. And then the show later caterer was always across from you. So I'd always interview both of you all at every show I attended.
Right.
And I got lots of views at that time. I was getting like 5,000 views per episode.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
I was. If you go to my archives,
What happened
watch
to
it.
that?
Oh, shut up. People, got out of lockdown eventually. Once they figured it out, they quit watching me, I guess. It's just, it was out of boredom, I guess. So thank you for that. And we start running each other. Dan's like, man, and then one day, Dan was like, Merlin, you have any advice? I want to start doing content, what camera? I know you work in production and everything. What kind of microphone? Can you, tell me what to get? And I was like, Dan, he seemed like a very shy guy, quiet. And I was like, good luck to you, man. Like, I was like, I hope he does well because he seems like a very shy guy. So hope he can do this, but I'm pulling for you. But I couldn't see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, because you seem like a whole different person.
Mm-hmm.
And then you started doing your first shows, and you're still kind of rusty, or you're getting to it. And I'm like, you're pretty monotone at that point. Then one day he starts making new videos, and there's a new Dan. There's alter ego Dan. I'm like, dude, he has come out of his shell. I like this guy, man. I mean, you were always great, but this was like, whoa, step back, man. It's like, I like this guy, man. He's awesome. Like you inspired me even.
Right.
And I love that. I love that when somebody comes back, not only like learns from you, but can, up your game and inspire back to you again. And I was like, man, we've got to do something together because I like your style, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, we've got to do something together. And then, we started like doing shows together. Then you told me to come up to Northern California with you and do the show up there.
Yeah.
And then Brian started hanging out with us a lot.
Well, let me add this.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
If you remember, I had a partner back then.
Yes,
One
did.
One of my really good friends that I would do shows with. We would share a table.
That's right.
We would split a table. I'd have one showcase. He'd have one showcase. This is when we get started.
And I actually like that. He dressed up nice, very dapper guy.
Yes. He used to go by the card quant.
Yeah, and I admired him too.
Yes, my good friend. But he didn't want to stick with the hobby.
Right.
So eventually he just kind of faded away from doing the shows, and I was kind of left by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucks to do things by yourself. So I wanted to kind of have some friends to hang out with when I go to these shows, and that's kind of like when I kind of befriended you a little bit more because you were the closest thing in terms of the things that I like to collect.
Right.
You had the same thing, so that's how we kind of got together.
And so Dan's like, I also need someone that I can trust and manipulate. I'm just kidding. So when I need to go to the bathroom or look at stuff, that I can trust someone to also watch my table.
Yes.
I was like, I can do it if you can do the same for me.
Yes. And then the next evolution of my journey in the hobby was to go outside of the local shows.
That's right.
And to start traveling to other shows. And I needed a partner to travel with to go there. And then that's when I started to ask you to go with me.
Yeah. This guy was, consistent. He was persistent and told me for 6 months, Merlin, you've got to get out of the Southern California area because I had all this non-sports stuff that no one was even looking at. I had all that Star Wars Galaxy and no one to care for it.
I remember when you used to do the local shows at Diamond 9. Which is like the
equivalent. Placentia, right? Is that how you say it?
Yes, which is the equivalent of like a flea market, guys. It's not a show on any type of like major level that you would
expect. Just indoors, not outdoors.
It's like a garage sale show. No disrespect to them, but that's the layout.
Yes, Robert's really nice to me.
That's the layout of the place. It's like a garage sale type atmosphere. And I remember you would go there and you would bring like 10 different double shoe boxes of slabs, like
in a clearance box,
like 500 plus slabs.
Yes.
And I'm looking at this guy. He's got an entire table of junk slabs that people go through, various prices, $10 to like $200.
Yes.
And they weren't selling.
No,
they weren't selling. And I remember one night at Diamond 9, I came there to see you and I was looking through your stuff and I was like, yeah, wow, some of this stuff is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it not selling? We were chatting a little bit. And then I was like, you know what? I think that you need to get out of this area because you got some cool stuff, but the people in this area don't buy that. So you need to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I started to encourage you to go to outside of Southern California. And the big stepping stone was to go to Dallas.
That's right.
Show.
That's right.
And I said, Merlin, take this crap to Dallas. You'll be able to offload it. You can't sell it here.
That's true. I mean, we first tested the waters with San Francisco, but that didn't really work as well either. But we were testing the waters at the time. Right. But you were like, I know Dallas. I've been there already. Yeah. I'm a witness. Come with me.
Yes. And I was encouraging. And, I try to do this a lot where I try to give people information. I try to encourage them to take the initiative to do things to better themselves. But most of the time, people don't listen. Most of the time, people are like, whatever. Okay, I'm not actually going to do it. But you actually did it.
Yes.
You took that step to go to Dallas.
I was like, I got to get the hell out of here. I got all these cards and nowhere to go.
Yeah, so we shared a table at Dallas together for the first time.
Yeah, well, we each got a table.
Yes. Yeah, we shared a space at Dallas. Yes. We went there together. and tell them about your first experience briefly.
Yes, well, Dan said, like, bring all your weird shit. So I did, like you told me, and some sports. So I had probably, 4 cases, and each one had a different genre. And I had a lot of those, that Star Wars Galaxy. I was probably like the first one to slab it. And it was some great stuff. And Thursday, I didn't have any sales. Friday, I didn't have any sales. And Dan's like, oh my God, Merlin's going to kill me.
I did feel bad because
he did feel bad.
When I tell people to do stuff, I feel responsible for them. You know, if I tell you, hey, come out to this card show and you don't have a great experience, I feel bad for that. So I was definitely a little bit pressured.
And I was like, maybe it wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
But by Saturday, as soon as I set up all my cases, like the gate was open and it was nonstop. I didn't even have time to record anything. It was a big blur. All my Star Wars got wiped out. All my pop culture got wiped out. It was insane. I didn't only have like a case left of cards at that point.
Was that your best Dallas show?
No, the next one after that.
Okay. The next one after is when you hit like what? Tell them.
What?
How much money you made at that second Dallas show?
No.
Give them a ballpark figure. That was last year. You already paid your taxes on it.
More than 10, less than 100.
Okay. Halfway, guys. Halfway. That's he killed it.
Let me just say, like, there was 2 people that purchased from me, and they each spent 20.
Okay. So you guys know how, do the math.
One guy bought nothing but Star Wars.
Right.
Another guy who was one of the hosts of the wrestling trade nights last night, he bought half of the wrestling cards, especially like the WCW 98 horizontal autographs, and he bought what was it, the Black Diamond or the Transcendent Marvel MCU cards from me, and they paid it all in cash.
So you were killing it. So
yes, I was totally wiped out. I was going around trade nights trying to replenish my inventory.
And ever since then, that year, 2022.
That was last year, beginning of 22.
2022, we hit the road together.
Yes, Dan, like, let's do an experiment. Let's hit the road and go to every shows. Let's vlog it. Let's do a podcast from there. Let's also do something with Sunday League Investor this year. Right. And let's have another podcast for it. Yeah. And we did that all year.
So 2021, we did all the local shows. Every local show that we could, we did. And then 2022, in order for us to grow and expand, I came up with a crazy-ass plan.
It was crazy. It seemed so much fun.
To hit the road. And literally every 2 to 4 weeks, we were on the road to different card shows. We went to Culture Collision. We went to a couple Vegas shows. We went to Toronto. We went to all the Dallas shows. We went to Houston. We went to some other places I can't even remember.
Went to Toronto, Atlanta, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago is another
Atlantic City, the national.
San Francisco, Atlantic City.
Right. Vegas, baby.
We went to all these places.
And then we wouldn't have anything on those other weekends. We would do one of the local shows.
Yes.
Or we would go to another convention somewhere else around in Southern California that was going on, like the Star Wars celebration.
Yes.
You went to San Diego Comic-Con. We went to Collecticon.
Oh, yes.
You went to all kinds of different things.
So many shows. And we learned a lot. We made money. Sometimes we didn't make money.
Oh, yes. There's more times that we did make money than make money, but it was an experience and we can laugh about it now. Yeah. And, it makes for an interesting story.
Yeah, but we really earned our stripes in the hobby community by doing that, because we would go around and we see all the other serious people, Mojo, Rough Cards, all these other people that were out there hustling like us. And I feel like we gained a lot of respect in the community.
Yes.
Okay.
Because at the beginning, they're just looking at you like, who are you?
Who's that Asian guy? Who's that old white guy?
I know, right?
What are they doing together?
They're like, yes, sir. What's your name, sir?
They were like, is that gin and juice? Or, who are those guys? And
that was like, how are we going to meet these guys? Are we ever going to know these guys or something? You feel kind of like, I want to be, in this, community.
So I came up with the plan of going on the road.
Yes.
And usually, if you guys have a friend that's really gung-ho about something, sometimes you go with them, but then sometimes you kind of get tired and you kind of lean back. Not everybody's there's not usually 2 gung-ho people that go. But I got to say, every time I said, Merlin, let's go to this show, here's the calendar events, you never once said no.
No.
You never once said no. You never.
The only time I had said no, because it was Maria's birthday in May. I didn't get to go to the Dallas show last year in May.
Yes, that's the only show you missed. But everything else, you said, let's go.
Yes.
And you know, when you ask friends to do something, sometimes they're like, oh, I don't want to spend money on a plane ticket or hotel or this and that. That, you know, you never once complained about hotel. You never once complained about plane tickets, rental cars, show tables, none of that stuff. And this stuff is expensive.
I can't complain about show tables and some dinners.
But not directly to me.
No.
Okay, but to promoters. You never, and this stuff is expensive, guys. We spent thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars on travel expenses, logistics, and all that stuff. You never once complained. So now I get the chance to ask you.
Okay, what?
What the hell were you thinking? Why were you following me to all these events, doing all these things? What were you thinking, man?
I don't know what I was thinking, dude. No, I was like, let's go. Let's see where we go with this. You know, it was something new. It was a change. I was really enjoying, you know, me. I enjoy meeting people. You know, I love, if someone's going to talk my ears off, I talk their ears off back. And so Dan, if he likes talking to people, but there's a point where he just cuts the cord. And he's like, I'm done. You need to go talk to Merlin now. He'll talk to anybody.
All right. I'm just going to say this once, okay?
I even talked to AIH today.
Oh, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy, okay? This is my 100th episode.
I like to kill him with kindness,
okay?
folks. He showed up, folks, today.
This is my 100th episode. I'm not going to hold anything back. Fuck that guy. He was at the National today. After all that shit talking, he did.
He's with Flipping Steve.
He didn't
and
even,
Mike.
He didn't even have
Theo.
He didn't even have the what's the word? Nice word I'm going to say. Okay, he didn't even have the slabs to come up and say anything to me. After all that time,
well, you weren't there first.
But I came later.
I did see you, and
I didn't see.
He didn't say anything like that. We started talking, and I acted like everything's kosher and everything. I was just nice to him and everything. Just like a pleasure meeting you and everything. We even took a selfie together, and finally Dan showed up. I thought he saw us because he walked right by us. So you must have thought I was just talking to a customer.
No, I was going straight to do deals, man.
Yeah,
he
doesn't even pay attention when I'm even doing. He just looks at his table.
Yeah.
And but I saw Dan over there, and the entire time I was thinking like, should I or shouldn't I? And I just kind of went with my gut feeling. And I was like, I think Dan will kill me. So I didn't say anything unless he would mention something. If he had mentioned it, I would have probably dragged him over there and introduced you to him and then ran away.
You saved him. You saved him because what I would have done is I would have confronted him and I would have had a man-to-man conversation with him about what his problem is with me. And we probably would have squashed any issue, but I would have had that conversation with him.
So I should have brought him over?
Well, I'm just saying you saved him because it would not have been a nice conversation.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna stoop to his level and make videos about all this stuff. If I have a problem with somebody, I confront them and I talk to them man to man, right? If you ever have a problem,
then maybe
with somebody,
I should have done
that, right?
Maybe y'all should have had a talk.
Okay, but you know he didn't want it. And he scurried off like the way he is. So missed opportunity. Okay,
guys, should I have brought AIH to Dan or not? Let me know in the comments, please.
Okay, but anyways, regardless of that, going back to what we're talking about, you never complain about these things. So
no,
what is your experience
it
like?
Seemed like an exotic adventure.
Yeah.
Postcards from Heaven in January. It was a lot of fun. By summer, it was a lot of effort because summer was a very downtime for cards last year. It was rough. We had some really rough experiences. I hurt my neck in June at the Chicago show in June, and it hurt all year. Remember, I had procedures in September. I was popping painkillers at the National last year.
Right.
And by the end of the year, I was crawling home every single trip.
So
it was rough.
So I did start to feel guilty about that. I'm going to tell you.
I know you did. You were really worried about me. I will say that.
Because every weekend, like every show we go to.
You were worried.
Merlin was like, my neck.
And you were like, should I take you to the hospital?
Yeah.
Should I take you? Merlin, you okay? He would do that. He was very concerned, folks.
Right.
Or you pretended to be. What were you? Were you really concerned?
I just didn't want to hear you complain.
I wasn't complaining. I was crying, dude.
He's popping pills like he's popping painkillers like they
There's
were
a point where I couldn't even talk. You know that. I couldn't even talk.
He was putting lidocaine patches all over himself.
I was. He was making fun of me for it.
So I was actually concerned that you might become addicted to these painkillers that you were doing.
Oh, believe me, I was not.
So,
man, I found them gross.
So towards the end of the year, I had to make a decision about where we're going to go because I knew you were going to continue to follow me to these shows, no matter the schedule that I set. So we did a 1 year of consistent shows every month. And then we made the decision that this year, 2023, we were going to be more selective about the shows, because it used to be that we go to every show and we make good money. But then we learned that not all shows are equal, and we needed to be a little bit more selective. So that's when we started to kind of only go to Dallas,
right,
and other select shows.
And even with Dallas, it was the best of the shows, but it was also the worst of the shows.
We're kind of tied to Dallas.
Remember that time when each of us just sold one card each?
Yeah. So Dallas is not always great, but we have to protect our table space there.
Right.
So we have to go to that. But other shows, we kind of basically just stopped going to shows that we did not think we were going to make money on.
But we're like, from knowing us at Dallas last year to now, we get like carte blanche treatment.
Well, that comes with the respect that we've earned.
Right.
Within the community, we get enough respect where we get priority access.
Right. Because Kyle, Ruben, Leo, and the rest of the gang, what's their name? Jerica. They're just great people. And I mean, every time we show up, they call us by name. They yell for us. They're like, "What do you need? What do you want? We'll get it right away." And I'm very thankful for that. Very appreciative. So thank you. They're really great at Dallas. They're great people.
And so we did that. So we made the decision to go from 1 to 2 shows a month to basically 1 show every 2 months.
Correct.
And I did that because I didn't want you to die. Okay, I didn't want to wake up.
So what was I killing you because of that?
No,
did you still want to go or what?
I mean, I felt like I didn't need to go.
Okay,
but
because you still could have gone somewhere if you wanted to.
Yes,
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah, but I don't want to go by myself.
Okay,
and I don't want to drag a guy with a broken neck to these shows, because literally sometimes I thought I would wake up in the morning to get up and go to the show and Merlin would be dead.
Yes, I would. I was like, go ahead, just let me sleep for another couple hours.
And I'd have to call like the coroner to come get him, and it would have been a whole thing, right?
I thought you were going to do that the other day when I was walking outside to greet people with some badges, and then I had to take a walk a block, and I almost passed out in the heat.
Yeah. So we went to that, and that kind of allowed you time to heal up.
That did. I got my procedures, let the procedures heal, which took about 6 months.
Right.
And that time, that space and time really let me heal, and I'm feeling a lot better. Every now and then I have my symptoms still, but it takes time for a nerve tissue to heal.
Yes. Okay. So we made the decision to kind of go to a lighter show schedule this year.
And focus more on the content and doing more podcasts.
And that's the next thing, guys. I feel like that decision allowed us to
focus,
ascend to the next evolution of our content.
Right.
Where we were making vlogs to doing this casual show to now we're focused on doing this show to the point where now we get sponsors.
Correct.
We built up
here and there.
Yeah, we built
they
up.
Come and go, but they come.
Somehow we managed to finagle and finesse our way into tricking people to give us money to do this show to talk to you guys. Right. Right.
And then, we've, like you said, we only have one now, but us walking every day this week, I discovered people still interested in sponsoring us.
Yeah. So we went from focusing on selling cards at a show. We went from focusing on the transactional part of doing shows to focusing on the content of doing these shows and networking, which led to these sponsorships. Okay. That's right. So tell me, give me your thought process. What did you think when I first approached you and I said, Merlin, I got these people that want to sponsor our show. They want to give us money. These are the expectations. What was going through your head?
I was like, do we really deserve it?
Did you ever think that was going to happen?
No.
Did you see us going that direction? Did you see me trying to?
It'd be great. No, I saw you. You were a very eager beaver. And then when you surprised me thus, you definitely surprised me.
Right.
And I was like, damn, Dan, damn. And I would go, as soon as I got off the phone, and Dan would be so happy. He's like, Merlin, I got to share this with you. Are you ready? Where are you? Are you sitting down? Are you listening to me? Are you not working? Are you working or not working right now? I want you to listen to me. Right. I got something to tell you. He was just like so excited to tell me. He's like, I was going to wait till tomorrow and tell you, but I can't wait anymore. I was going to surprise you on the show or tell you or do this. He's like, but I can't take it. It's killing me. So I want to tell you right now.
Right.
And then I got to turn and he's like, oh, what did Dan have to say? And she's like, I would tell my girlfriend, like, oh man, he's told me like we've got these sponsors now. And I was like, I can't believe it. It's Dan. Dan is the man.
Yep.
And she's like, how lucky are you to find this guy? Like, what's the coincidence you find a guy who you're this compatible with?
My master plan of building this into one of the premier podcasts of the hobby that mostly about 30 people listen to every week.
And I'm surprised that she actually likes you because she's hard to impress.
Yes, but I appreciate that. But consider how much of an achievement it is for us to get these companies, Golden, Stand Up Display, Veriswap, and other guys to Slab Mags to sponsor our channel when consistently we get on our channel, we get about 400, 500 views, sometimes a little bit more. We get about 20 to 5 to 30, maybe sometimes 40 people usually in our live. So it's not like we're putting up thousands of numbers.
It seems to go down a little during the summer, but it seems to pick up in the fall.
Yeah, so it's not like we got, there's other people that get way more views, right?
Yes, and have you watched some of them? I mean, I love some of the people, but I've fallen asleep to some of it. It's become white noise to me.
I feel like we are more on the more
this guy,
side.
Yes, is full of energy, and if you've met me, I'm told I also have a lot of energy as well.
I feel like compared to all the other people, no shade at anybody, but I feel like we are very entertaining compared to a lot of people. Okay, let us know if you agree with that. But what I think that we've been able to do that other people are not necessarily in the same position is we built a strong community of followers, basically.
Right, because right now I see 39 people, which is pretty good. But you know what? I have met way more than 39 people coming to our booth telling me they listen or watch the show and they're very appreciative of what we've done. And they've learned a lot and they started doing the same in collecting and investing in cards like we have.
I want to get more into that later.
Okay.
But I think that's why these companies like us, because of the relationships that we built with them. The networking, the consistent, that is the most important thing, guys. The consistent pace of content that we put out and of engagement with our small but loyal community of followers. And that has allowed us to get these sponsorships. And I got to tell you guys, when I negotiated these sponsorships, Merlin, I did research. I was asking around to the other content creators and we, about what they get paid and stuff for these things. And we get top dollar, dude. I negotiated.
That's right. That's why it's great to make sure you have a lawyer as a partner in your content.
Okay. I am the master tenderizer. And I negotiated the highest rates compared to everybody.
Oh, yes, he did.
I mean, it was, guys, it was like stealing money, to be honest. I felt like we're stealing money from these guys. Okay.
I felt really guilty about that.
All right. But they were more than willing to pay our rate to sponsor us because they like
the perks too.
Yeah, they like the quality of the content that we produce. So
correct.
So you were surprised about that, and then when we started doing this,
very grateful though. Yes. Thank you so much for your work.
So that's been basically your experience this whole time. How we've kind of evolved with everything.
And then, like I said, I was a little worried too because we've, like I said, some of the sponsors have come and gone, but after this week, I've discovered. We're not rebuilding, we're reloading.
Yes, because we can't. Agree? Yes, because what I learned is if we do the same sponsorship more than 2 or 3 months, it gets stale.
Right.
Like you guys don't want to hear us say the same ad every week, every month, the whole year, right?
Right.
You guys want fresh things. You guys want fresh promos, fresh discounts, fresh giveaways. So what we're doing is we're trying to create a schedule of sponsors where we do like 2 or 3 months with one sponsor, switch to a next one, 2 or 3 months, and we do these marketing campaigns for them. And I think that this week at the National, you've seen that when we walk around, we've been shaking hands, exchanging contact information, and pretty soon we're going to have those conversations.
And what's crazy, and this is all adds up from everything we did last year, going to show almost every single weekend, that every booth we almost went to, at first we'd go in somewhere like we went to REA and we didn't know the people. They introduced They weren't, but they knew some of us from the content, but we didn't know them. But then there would be someone always there working that knew you or I.
Yes. So what's your thought process on this? Because this has been my plan the whole time. But like when we walk around and they stop us,
Yes.
What do you think when that happens?
I felt great because you were like, at one point, there was a point where you were talking where someone wanted to talk to you because they knew who you were. And then all of a sudden I'd get grabbed by someone else who recognizes me and going, I would love for you and the great curator to come in our booth and talk to us, which we still need to do for some of these people. Mm-hmm. And we would love to sponsor you.
Yes.
And like they knew me too.
Yeah. So
they knew you were on the corner somewhere. And you were, and you would come after you would finish networking with one group and then come to this next group.
Right. So now you see like the evolution of where we're coming from.
And thank God we did that.
And what did you think about like, because we've had a lot of, we talk about business almost on a weekly basis.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to do this though, just sitting at home.
Yes.
This wouldn't have happened.
But we talk about business strategy a lot,
right?
Every week.
We do. He does. Sometimes that's what we do at breakfast or at dinner.
Yes.
We'll just kind of eat by ourselves and talk shop before we see everybody else.
What did you think when I decided that when I pitched the idea of us shifting from trying to flip cards and make money to trying to make content?
Yes.
What did you think about that?
That you're right. We have to have some kind of end game. We can't continue to do this.
Flipping,
and we need to evolve to something else.
Right. Flipping is not really sustainable on the long term, I believe.
No, you'll get burned out.
Plus, at our age, seeing what happened to your neck and everything like
that was a foretelling.
We can't do that. Like 2022 was all about trying to flip and make money, right? With the cards.
Right. But also it was a lot of marketing and networking.
Yes.
And PR.
We were doing that too, but I saw the toll that it was taking on you and me. I was getting exhausted doing it.
Towards the end of the year, you weren't even like talking.
Yeah. So we made the conscious decision to focus on the content. Okay. And that's kind of where we are right now. I want to go back one step here, and I want to talk about when we decided to position ourselves as the pop culture guys.
Right.
In this
space. Yes. That whole year evolved into something new too as well.
So
from what we were 2 years ago.
If you guys look at our earliest content, we're sports guys.
Yes.
Through and through.
Yes.
Me, basketball, baseball, modern, everything. You did everything.
Basketball, football. I didn't do baseball, but I did like other sports. Yeah. I was big in the other sports.
Yeah. I was even trying to get into soccer because we were hanging
around. Yeah, me too. I got into soccer.
Right.
Big time during COVID.
Yeah. And at one point, after I saw what you did at the Dallas show with Star Wars.
Right.
And after talking to,
because I thought that was just a fluke.
And and after I started talking to Justin, Spidey Hits.
Right.
And I started to get into Marvel. And we had
all did. Yeah.
We had the very successful Marvel show.
He came out and met us in Dallas at one of the shows.
After that Marvel show, I told you it's time to switch.
Yes.
What did you think when I said that?
I agree. And then when we started talking about that more and more on Between Two Slabs, we started getting more and more viewers.
Right.
And more people more appreciative of what we did. I felt like.
And we slowly transitioned from Marvel, Star Wars, wrestling, and less sports. And now we position ourselves.
And then we got everybody into that too. I mean, we still love all that stuff. We still collect all that stuff. But we started like, what else is out there?
But what did you think? Were you like, did you think it was a good idea to give up sports?
Yes.
You did?
Yes.
Why?
Because people noticed our booths.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And it also gave us something to talk about because we love this stuff. We know what we're talking about. We're passionate. We go see the movies. We see the shows. We have always collected that stuff in some shape or form.
Yeah.
And since we knew about it, it's easy to talk about it. And so we enjoy that stuff. I'm a film nerd. You like your toys and all that stuff. You love pop culture. I love pop culture, you see. I was on once, like 20 years ago, I was on a pop culture trivia game show, TV game show, and I destroyed it, man. I slayed it. That's how much I know about pop culture. And it's easier for me to talk about than sports. I can't really tell you about stats. Can you?
I can tell you about.
But now, can you?
Like legend stats.
Okay.
Because I used to read all the basketball.
Me too. When I was younger.
Not today.
No, but these guys know it way more.
Do you remember my pitch to you when I said it's time to switch? Why we need to do it?
because it makes us different.
Yes, it makes us different. And what was the problem that we were having at those shows that we were going to?
People were just walking by us.
Yes, because
And it was like that episode on Saturday Night Live with
Yes.
John Lovitz and Tom Hanks where they go, hello and goodbye.
Yeah. We were competing against everybody.
Right.
And we
So
were
we were kind of like a gecko lizard.
Yes.
We're kind of blending in.
and we were just like everybody else, we're a slave to comps, right?
Right.
And everything was going down.
Into all the flippers.
Yes, and we needed to pivot. Okay, when in a business term, it's called pivot. Whenever you're going one direction and you notice that it's not working anymore, you pivot to a different direction, and that's when we decided to go into pop culture cards, non-sports.
Yeah, and then it evolved into unique and rarer items.
And then when we started to do that,
Because we got tired of those comps
Yes.
as well.
when we started to do that, that's when we started to position ourselves as the guys.
Yes. So
Right.
everybody comes to us at our booths and ask us to appraise these non-sports
Yeah.
pop culture cards.
We became the Marvel guys. We became the Star Wars guys. We became the wrestling guys.
The rest of the music
right?
guys,
The music guys.
the celebrity guys,
yes, all that stuff.
the pop culture type 1 photo guys.
Right. Well, that's the new thing.
Yes.
Right. But now, so we were able to do that.
Vintage pop culture.
And then we turned that into a selling point to get sponsors.
Right.
Right.
And that's finally when all these other sponsors
Yes.
started creating a non-sports category at their auctions and other things. Then they were like, who do we go to?
Yes. So now you kind of see the evolution of our content, of our business plan. And just so you guys know, like we're partners, but we're separate.
Yes.
We do everything together, but he has his cards, I have my cards, he makes his money and that, but we share expenses, things like that.
Yes. We're not one LLC
Yes.
together.
So you see the evolution of our business strategy, evolution of our content, evolution of everything that has led us to this point where we are now, where we have a booth at the National, which is not easy to get.
Right.
Okay. We have
and that's from meeting people at
Yes.
shows.
We have a podcast. We make consistent content. We have sponsors. Okay. So that leads me to my next thing is let's talk about our interactions with the viewers. Is it before we get into it, anything else that you want to kind of share your feelings now that you have the microphone this one time?
Oh, God.
Okay.
No, thanks for everything. It's been a great 2 years. Not only is this guy, a partner with me in this hobby, in this business, everything, but he's a good friend. He's a good family man. His family's very good to me. I feel like my girlfriend really respects you and your family too. You've got wonderful family. Even I'll bet your brothers and sisters, they're all very good. They you're very just classy people. So thank you very much. You've been you're almost like a brother to me at this point.
I appreciate
so thank you so much,
I appreciate
man.
that.
So it's there's a lot of things. There's a lot of gifts from meeting you.
One thing that I want to touch on
Okay.
that you just reminded me of, another thing that happened during this crazy journey is at some point in my content career, I became public enemy number 1 among a group of people. I became the most hated man in the hobby.
Right.
At some point, I developed.
It kind of started
Yeah.
with this Star Wars craze.
Yeah.
When you
No,
finally
no, it's Marvel.
was it Marvel
I think
that
it was-
caused it?
yeah, I
over
think-
the Star Wars.
Marvel before Star Wars. Yeah.
But it started when we started doing the tours last year.
The Marvel, the PMG, Rise and Fall of PMG,
But the Kurosawa too.
the Kurosawa sale,
All happened around the same time.
and everything after that.
It was just you,
Yeah.
pop culture, everything.
There
and
was-
people were against
yeah.
pop culture is what it is.
Yes, that whole thing that we were pushing.
Or they didn't like you pumping non-sports.
Yes, all that
'Cause
stuff.
We found out that people in this non-sports hobby are a little different than people in the sports card market.
Right.
They
So
don't kind of understand the hobby investment fusion.
yeah, it was different worlds that we were playing in, but somewhere along the lines, I developed a fan club of haters,
Right.
and it became a consistent thing, week over week, month over month, for the better part of a year, essentially. And here's what I want to kind of ask you about. When this is happening,
Mhm.
People talking shit about me on a weekly basis, I imagine it could not have been easy for you to see that because you're getting heat. from that?
I still do. Every week I do.
Yeah.
I get so many DMs, and they're like, Merlin, come to the dark side, get rid of your Jedis,
right,
and come join the dark side, the Empire.
But what were you thinking at that time when people start talking shit about me?
And I'm like, well, they're ballsy.
Okay. And then
I'm like, they don't know you outside of the camera here.
Yeah.
Like, are you at a show? Do you see us interact with people? Because a lot of times when people see us, they for the first time have met us at shows a lot of times, and they subscribe to us there, or they follow us on Instagram when they meet us because they see what we have. They're like, oh, I would love to watch your content, and they end up enjoying it, or they really respect it when they've watched it on YouTube or Instagram, and they come out to meet us. But a lot of people who hate on you, I have never seen them at a show until like today's, for an example. I may see them once ever at a show. So this was the first time a lot of people, and they were like, get rid of that guy and join us, or do your own thing. And I'm like, dude, like, you don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
You don't know this guy.
So when
you just know this character that's in front of here. I mean, you're still this kind of person. You just love. I think they just hate because you're passionate and you love this. And I'm passionate, love it too.
Which is a weird thing to hate on me for, right?
Yeah, but we're talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Which is kind of odd, but I'm like, I'm not doing it, man.
So
and you know me, I'll interact with these people, and I'm trying to like be diplomatic and like listen. I'm like, listen, maybe you should apologize to them.
They actually reach out to you.
They do, and they send me very long messages.
Okay, but how does that make you feel?
Like, it's a little uncomfortable, of course.
Like, are you finding yourself having to like defend your relationship with me?
There's times, yes, but a point when like, listen, I'm not going to like try to defend it anymore. I'm like, I have nothing to prove anymore. But I still talk to them like, listen, maybe you shouldn't be so coming in strong and cold in these chat rooms.
Right.
Like, that's not engaging. Like, if someone calls you a scammer and an idiot, like, how are you supposed to respond to that? You go, oh, thank you very much. You highlight that? No, like, no, you're like, I'd ask those people, how would they feel if you came into one of their live streams and said that stuff? Would they allow that?
Yeah.
If you called them an idiot and scammer and they don't know what they're talking about?
They
would block you.
Yes, exactly, right? Nobody has the right to insult somebody without consequence.
Right.
And I'm not going to just let people.
And then they go on their show and do the same thing. And I'm like, if you, obviously they have some kind of game. They want something from you because they're very persistent with this. So what are they doing? Because if they didn't really care about you, then why are they trying so hard to get your attention?
Right. Right. It's strange to me that they think that they can come into our lives, our chats, and talk shit, and they're not going to get blocked. Like they have the right or privilege to do that. Like they are entitled to. I've never been about that, so I always block them. And because I block them, what is the most common request that you get from these people?
Oh, can you please tell the great curator to unblock me? And if you go to my IG right now and see all my recent posts I posted today, at every one of those posts, there are people asking me for the curator to unblock them. I'm swear to God, guys, go right now to the Instagrams and look at my post today. All the posts have those people in there. I won't say who it is, but they're asking me to ask the curator to unblock them.
That's gonna be my new cat.
So what do you think if you did that? You think they would just go back to doing the same old thing?
I'm probably sure they would.
Okay, so folks, we talked about this at dinner tonight, and if any of you trolls are listening in here, incognito, whatever they
got ghost accounts.
I'm sure they have ghost accounts or some other guys watching and going back and relaying the messages to them. And that's how rumors get built, because I've noticed that a lot of times the rumors build up. What you need to do to get unblocked, I'm telling you right now, if you want to get unblocked and get back on the Between Two Slabs, make a video post either on Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever. Tag me and have that video where you apologize and you won't do that anymore. We got to make a pact, and that's PACT. We got to make a pact where you promise me and the curator that you're not going to behave like this anymore because it's childish, it's high schoolish. We want to be engaging. We want you to be engaging. We're trying to be engaging. He's just showing his excitement. Believe me, This guy calls me up sometimes 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. It doesn't matter because he wants to share with me stuff he's gotten, stuff that's happened. He's excited. He has every right to be excited. That's what this is about. He's not supposed to be depressed or like hold it in, not tell the world or anything. He wants to share his passion with you guys. So let him. And this is supposed to be a fun hobby. It's not supposed to be hateful or have hate towards anyone. This is escape. And this is where people, and this, I think some of the viewers or, some of the people that come to the table and they say, this is a time, even like trade night, someone goes, you know what? This is where people from all walks of life who are different, political views, where we don't talk about this. We don't care. We all have one thing in common, our love for the hobby. We don't talk about who you're going to vote for in 2024. We don't talk about culture wars. We don't even talk about our families well. We just talk about our love for cards and the hobby. And that's what it should be. Not, this is my escape. He's got to, deal with divorcees all the time. And that's very stressful. It's got to be a very stressful job. I work in the entertainment industry. Believe it or not, it's a very stressful job because you have deadlines to meet all the freaking time. And if you know Hollywood, it's swimming with sharks. You swim with sharks. And we do this to escape from our day jobs and have a fun time of the weekend and get to meet new people and share our love, share things that we've picked up in the past week or something. We haven't seen anybody. That's all we stay up sometimes till 4 a.m. talking about the love for the hobby.
Yeah.
And that's why we do this. We don't do it to hate on others.
Right. I hope somebody clips that and puts that because that was great.
Thank you.
That was I think this is probably the most emotion that Merlin has ever shown.
Well, I'm feeling good. My neck's not hurting today, folks.
Yeah. So this is why see guys, he talks too much. This is why I have to reel him in. This is 2 years worth. 2 years worth of conversation, thoughts, and emotion are coming out for you right now. But yeah, so I appreciate all that. I appreciate you defending me because you've seen some of the things that we never talk about is all the hate messages that I get that I share with you personally.
Right.
So you allow me to vent to you because I don't want to give that platform to them publicly here. So I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you kind of supporting me no matter what. They've been trying to turn you heel on me for the better part of a year now.
It's like Bobby Heenan and Roddy Piper, messing with Andre's head.
Yes.
To turn on Hogan. You're Hogan, and they're trying to make me Andre the Giant here.
They've been trying to turn him heel, but just like John Cena, he does not turn heel.
No.
Okay, so
I thought Cena was heel a couple times, was he not?
Not since he became John Cena.
Okay. Oh, I did not know that.
When he was like the Dr. Thugonomics.
Oh, I never saw that.
I guess you call that a heel character, but never really. And he'll never turn heel.
Okay.
So I do appreciate all that, and I think that can lead us to our next topic here, our segue into the closing statement here. But I want to talk about the support that we've gotten through this whole period, and especially during this national. What have you thought about all these people that come up to us, say hello, thank you? Does that validate in your mind? Does that validate the work that we've done?
100%. Because I don't get that in the entertainment industry that much. People just don't sometimes say thank you a lot. Yeah. And you have people who I've met so many people who haven't even seen. There, like you said, we've had people from all over the world. We had a guy here from Uruguay, Sebastian, who never even has been to a convention ever. And this national, the biggest one in the world, was his first convention ever. That's awesome. And he was because his English is a little rusty, so it was very overwhelming for him. Very overwhelming, but he loved it still.
Yeah. So the support from everybody has been fantastic.
And that's why we do this, folks. It makes you feel good. It gives you all tingly and warming. What's the guys for the wrestle white culture or whatever it is? They say, warming your tum-tum. Yeah. That's I got the British guy, Simon, from White Culture Wrestling. Okay. He goes, I'm a little warm in my tum-tum. Okay. Guys who watch wrestling, know what I'm talking about. I know. I need to get Dan onto watching that YouTube show.
Yeah. So it's been a great experience dealing with that. right? And I think that
if it was all haters, I wouldn't do this anymore.
Right. And I think that for me, what I've realized that over the last month or so is I think the problem that we had early on is that we tried to go into communities. We tried to go into the sports community. We tried to go into the Marvel community, tried to go into the Star Wars community.
And that's all right.
Right. And try to go into these different communities, wrestling community, all these things. And it's hard because some of these communities of people are very tight knit and they don't always want outsiders to come in. They don't want people that go to shows and set up as vendors or whatever.
They're very territorial with their hobby.
Yes, they don't want people to talk about their stuff.
No, that's what I find very odd.
Yeah, like the Marvel community really hated the fact that I was in there, and they really gave me a lot of shit about that stuff. But here's what I realized along the way in our path to get to 100 episodes. I realized that we don't necessarily need to go into these communities.
Okay.
Because we jump from so many of them. We don't need to go into one and just stay there. Rather, we kind of build our own community. We kind of build our own community of followers and people that support us. All the 30, 40, 50 people that are in the live every week. All the same people that comment. All the same people that come up to us shows that we see on a regular basis. This is our community of members that we've built for us.
Right.
The curator army, the Merlin maniacs. This are the people that support us, and they come from all walks of life.
Right.
They come from all places. They have very much different interests, but for some reason, our personalities, our content resonates with them.
Mm-hmm.
So they support us, and
they can relate to us.
They can relate to
each one of us.
And our community is inclusive to everybody as long as you're not a rude.
No, if you're not a hater.
If you're not a hater.
The only people I don't like are people who don't like other people.
Right. So as long as you're not trying to start trouble, you're welcome into the community. And when I realized that, I kind of, it dawned on me, and it kind of like a light bulb turned on. That's like, oh, okay. I don't need to try to infiltrate other communities. I don't need to be accepted by all these people that don't want me. I just start my own community, basically. This community that we have here, and I really think that is what Between Two Slabs is about.
Definitely.
Okay, the Between Two Slabs is about 50-something-year-old white guy from North Carolina.
Exactly.
Okay,
a country boy living in Hollywood.
Boy, okay, a 40-year-old Asian guy that's lived in California his whole life. Two dudes that are completely opposite. Former DJ, former raver, former porn producer, editor, former drug addict.
No, I know. Dude, whoa, censor that.
Okay.
Hey, my girlfriend's parents are watching this.
Okay. Comic book, toy collector, nerd, attorney, family man, no kids.
I'm a family man.
Completely.
I'm good at my girl and dog.
Okay. Completely opposite guys, but we have one common interest, which is cards, the hobby, collecting, and that has brought us together. That has kept us together for 2+ years, 100 episodes strong to this point, and created hundreds of memories, great opportunities, great friendship, everything like that. I think that is the heart. We have built a community together through our common interests of the hobby. And for that, I'm super appreciative.
Yes, me as well. I'm very appreciative.
And mostly this is where I
this
is where I turn it back and throw it to you guys. Whoever's watching this live,
right?
Whoever's watching this on the playback, I'll tell you guys, it's really like we do this stuff for ourselves and for the opportunities, but really the only reason that we're allowed to do this is because of the support that we get from all the viewers and everybody that tunes in every week and supports us, everybody that leaves a comment, a like, a follow, a share. And that has never been more evident than this national, where so many people have come up to us to say, thank you, I follow you, I appreciate all your content, it makes me laugh, it entertains me.
Right.
Thank you. They shake our hands.
Dude, I get hugs, man.
They hug us. They take pictures of us. Hey, can I?
I'm a hugger, guys.
Can I get a selfie with you today? Unbelievable to me today.
You're gonna say that? Okay, you see what I think you are.
Two gentlemen.
Yes, you are.
Two gentlemen who I've never met before. Okay.
Oh, you haven't?
No, I've
Oh,
never
wow.
met those guys.
Awesome.
Two gentlemen, YOLO cards, and the other guy, I don't know his
Oh, that's
Instagram.
who it was.
Yeah.
Yellow cards.
Yeah, and the other guy is Mike. I don't know his Instagram name. Came to my table wearing the great curator PMG shirts.
Yes.
And they were
black shirts with the PMG.
Yes. And they were so proud of it. They just walked up. They didn't say anything. They just walked up smiling. And I looked up and I was like, what? What is going on here? You know, because
where did they get them?
I have a YouTube store.
Well, why don't you shout it out?
I don't know. I'm not trying to monetize the t-shirts. I have it there.
Well, you need to,
because a couple people asked for it a long time ago.
Maybe they just want one. It's not about you making money. It's about them, the viewers wanting one.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't expect people to want t-shirts.
See, I didn't know. Maybe I want to buy one, Dan.
The only reason I have that is because our friend Nicole, the soccer collector from Dallas, she's been asking for one for a while.
There you go.
I created a store for her to buy it.
Yes, I saw her wearing one.
And she did. She did.
That was the show you weren't at.
Yes,
you were in Asia.
She did wear it,
and she made sure she came over and I saw it.
Yes. So I created a store for her. And anyways, nobody ever buys a t-shirt. But these two dudes bought the t-shirt and they came to the table.
They were so happy. Were so happy.
And they, to me, it's very humbling to see that, because I don't know. I don't know why anybody would want to wear a t-shirt with my face on it, with my PMG logo. But I saw that, and honestly, that made the whole show for me. That made the whole show for me, to see that type of support for what I do, for what we do. I was so happy about that. So I really thank you guys. I hope that you're watching this and you know that I really, really sincerely appreciated that you guys did that. But that's the kind of support that we're getting. People give us gifts.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like they just give us random gifts.
Even I get a bunch of gifts.
people say, I want to buy something from you.
That's true.
And they don't tenderize us too much. They say, okay, here's what you want for it.
They usually probably ask like 70% at first.
Yeah, because they want to support us, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that, I don't know. I'm just really it's unbelievable to me that we get that type of support, and
that surprises me too, because I feel like if every person that's come and talked to me and said thank you for the content you do and for the Between Two Slabs, that I wish all these people have come to me this week would watch the show at one time, because I felt there must have been 300 to 400 people that came into our booth. So I'm like, where are all these people? Are they incognito on YouTube? Well, where are they?
Most of the people
because they even start talking about the show, so I know they watched it. Where are they?
Most of the people, I think, like maybe don't have accounts or something like that.
Okay.
Or not. They're not present on social media.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're not active like us, but they support us, right? Because
you think they watch the show after the live?
Yes, because everybody I talk to, I say, hey, do we chat online? That's the first thing I always ask people.
They DVR it pretty much.
Yeah. And most people say, no, we don't chat. I just watch you.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, that's even better, because
or they listen to the podcast.
Yes. But the support has been amazing, and has really, all the hard work over the last year, from the last national all the way to this week, this national has really paid off.
Yes.
Big time, in terms of the support that we're getting. And everything is falling in line for us, in terms of everything that we plan. Not everything always works out the way that we want to, but for the most part, I think that we had definitely established ourselves as a presence in the hobby.
True.
People know us from that, and I think that's really cool, guys. And
definitely,
I put a lot of credit. I give a lot of credit to you, Merlin, for sticking with me, for supporting me, for following my plans and not questioning
and putting up with all your haters bullshit.
Yes, for putting up with the haters, for not questioning my aggressive tactics and the things that we've been doing, my initiatives or my
Well, so, a lot of people, because I'm in the entertainment industry as well. Like I said, you can either it's not a field where you're very sensitive, or you're easily to get triggered to be jealous of someone.
Right.
And it's the same thing here. Like, I use it. You have to use it in a positive energy. So I don't see you as a competitor. I see you push me to the limit. You push me as challenge, you know. You bring the best out of me. And I like that. You know?
That is a great analogy because I've tried to work with other people, especially
I know.
Like my old partner in the beginning, and it was like that. It was like we were competitors.
Yeah.
And there was conflict there. And it was always trying to one up each other, and that was not a healthy partnership. But like you said, this is more like pushing each other to be better.
You have a choice. You can either like be inspired by it. It's a challenge to push you. Like you're my pace card.
Right.
And you know, he does. He loves me. He makes sure that I push my own self, my personal best. And he's like, Merlin, you can do this. You're better than this. I want you to, you know, maybe try this. He gives me suggestions, advice, and I can either say, you know, screw you, I'm not going to listen, or I can take the advice, the criticism, and use it constructively and push my own self, because, you know, at this point, he sometimes he knows me better than me.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes Maria gets jealous of that.
So that I give a lot of credit to you, and I also give all the other credit to all the followers, all the people that support us, everybody in here. We're gonna get the comments next,
and we have seen probably half these viewers this week as well, and it's been great. And so like Calvin, who else we've seen? Axel. You know, they got the YOLO God, everybody else. God, there's so many people that we've seen.
And we're going to highlight all these comments.
Denny Cards, even. Thank you, Denny, for hanging out with us.
We're going to highlight all these comments for you guys, but it's basically a lot of credit goes to the supporters, the small group of supporters, guys. I'm not like, we don't have hundreds of supporters. We don't even have 100 supporters. I know, like active.
But phantomly, we do.
Yeah. Like active supporters, but like the guys that are in this room and the guys that comment and everything like that, you know who you are. We know who you are. So I just want to say,
and what's great, we even see them now, like they're always interacting with each other.
Right. Because it's a community. Because we have built a community between Two Slabs community, and the environment that we fostered, the no bullshit, no hating, none of that stuff that's in these other, that's outside of this space. We've built this great community here. So I'm going to thank you guys for that. I'm going to give you another thank you after we end the show momentarily, but I think now is a good time we get the comments, because I love it.
I want to see if there's still a trade night out there. There's a big trade night out there, and I want to see some people before we get out of here tomorrow, Dan.
Right. So I want
also, guys, if y'all are here and you haven't found us, we want to let you know we're at booths 148 and 150. We're in the back behind wild card. We're facing the wild card from the backside. We're next to the beer tanks and the concession, the bathrooms, and we can see Fanatics on our left, and we see Upper Deck on the right from our view. I know the virtual map says it's 1148 and 1150, but it's wrong, and some people got lost because of it. So if you're here and you haven't seen us, please come see us tomorrow. We'll be here all day.
Yes. Okay. So let's get to our comments here. We'll try to go through these quickly.
All right. Yo, X Search. CV Sports Cars, Adrian, wish you were here, dude. Sup, guys?
Adrian,
you need to be here next year.
Big friend of the show.
Carlos, great week. Thank you. Ed, what's up, Ed? Evening, fellas. Wish you were here, Ed. Carla, congratulations on 100. Thank you so much, man. 100th episode, guys. Papa Jim, Papa, wish you were here too, man. It's not the same without you. Congrats on 100, he said. Carlos, thanks for all the great content. Thank you for watching it. Ed, congratulations. Thanks, Ed. Carlos, any word where the 2024 National will be held? I think Cleveland, right?
Cleveland next year, and then Chicago the year after that, and then the third year they're voting on right now, which they've got some bullshit voting system, guys. I don't want to get into it now. We'll save that for next week, but there's some bullshit going on with the voting system, and we're going to talk about that a lot. I'm going to tell you guys all about it. But
I feel like every 2 years in Chicago. Is that how it works?
I don't know. I know the voting system now. I know how it works. So, but I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to rain on the parade.
Have you ever been to Cleveland?
Never.
Me either. You know what I'm going to do once I get to Cleveland?
What?
You know what I'm going to do?
What?
You know, Cleveland rocks, baby. I'm going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Okay, yeah.
Woo!
All right. Let's see.
Juan. Oh, Juan. I met Juan and his family. Did you see Disneyland? You'll make up for it. The Burbank show. I'll stop by next month. Thanks, Juan.
Awesome.
Emmanuel, number 100. That's right. Thank you, everybody. Kenny G, was there all day Friday? Luckily, I had my sweat rag. Oh my gosh, you should have been here Wednesday. I had a sweat towel. When I did too, when we walked from the convention to the Crown Plaza for the sports card therapist's trade night.
It was tough.
Emmanuel, what's the buzz on the floor?
Well, I think we answered that already, but basically QBs, people are still doing all that boring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
QBs, and then from our perspective, wrestling is big. Type 1 photos getting a lot of interest.
Pop culture, music. I sold all my Post Malone's.
Yeah.
I sold all my rookie, believe it or not, 91 Garth Brooks rookie cards.
Music is very popular.
Taylor Swift.
Music is going to get a big push soon, guys. I have some insider information. Music is going to get a big push, and then K-pop cards.
Yeah, and even like music memorabilia, not just cards, but like the grading of like records and other stuff, like CDs, autographs, everything. Mark the Collector, yay, live stream, baby. We're better than you, baby. Cards across America. What's up, fellas? What's up, buddy? Emmanuel, have you guys break any packs or boxes this weekend? Yeah, dude. Last night at the wrestling trade night, I opened up a brand new box just released yesterday, Panini Select WWE, and I had a hot box, guys. I pulled the first pack. I pulled a ringside gold Ronda Rousey, numbered out of 10.
Wow.
Then after that, I pulled a gold relic number out of 10, Joe Gacy, who's NXT. And then you get 2 autos in that box, the hobby box. My first auto was Bruce Pritchard. And then the very last pack, I pulled the last auto, and it was a green prism, 1 alpha out of 35 Kurt Angle autograph.
Awesome.
So I really was happy with that box.
Awesome.
Step in the box, man. What's up? What's up, man? Been amazing week. Yes, it has. Say the least. It's gone too soon. Cards across America. I'm very glad we got to hang out, fellas. It was fun. It as well. I had a blast with you, man, last night. He opened the other box of Select WWE with me. Dexflow Toys, GC, I saw you got that Bloodline booklet. How much did you pay for it? Yes, tell us more about that.
We'll have to talk about that privately.
Okay.
Dexflow about that.
Oh, yeah, he's been hounding you for 4K all year.
I thought you were going to be at the show and we're going to do a deal, but somebody beat you to it. So now I am a proud owner of the Bloodline.
Come on, Dexflow.
But that doesn't mean I wouldn't be interested in your Bloodline.
Still.
Too. So we can definitely talk about that.
You're not going to get 4K for it, brother. Dexflow, Merle, can you give us a yeah like the Megastar LA Knight? Let me pull up the yeah. Woo. CD Sports Cards. Is LA Knight the dude that sounds like The Rock? Yes, he is. That's why he's getting pumped by the fans. Damien, you dudes should be out of the exclusive Fanatics party tonight. You should. Yeah, we should be. How do we get the invitation, Damien?
Okay. I gotta say, we got invited to different parties this weekend. I'm an introvert.
Yes, he is. Believe it or I know it's hard to believe, but he is. When the laptop folds down and we're off StreamYard, he turns into I'm doing all the talking and he's doing all the listening.
I get very uncomfortable in those type of situations. I don't like it. I'd rather just be doing card stuff. I'd rather be doing content where I'm just like, one-on-one or by myself. I don't like being in those environments. I don't like networking. I'll do it if I have to. And if I have to turn it on, I can turn it on. But I'm much more comfortable in small settings.
Because a lot of my friends who have met Dan for the first time, they're like, we thought you said Dan talks a lot. And he was very shy.
Yeah.
He was, very little words. And I'm like, he has to warm up to you first.
Yeah.
But he's super nice. And once he gets to know you, he will talk your ears off. Adrian, Tupac Amuro Shakur. Yes, he was hot too.
That's what that signature said.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Adrian. And like I said, type photos were hot and also old school hip hop. Tony, how was the selection between vintage or new wrestling cards at the trade night last night?
It's new.
It was mostly new, but on the show floor, it's a mixture of everything. Tony, yeah, because a lot of people mostly even had panini even over tops.
Yeah.
Tony, you know if they're planning to do that wrestling trade night at Burbank?
No, nobody's.
No, because the guys who host it, most of them, except for the roadshow guys, but the other group of guys that are next to us, they only do the national convention. And that's it.
Yeah.
Dex Flow, yeah. There you go. Yeah, I need some more LA Night cards. Anybody want to sell some to me? Hit me up on Instagram. Trader Griffs, Adam, what's up, man? What's up, gentlemen? You convinced me to pick up my first Type 1 photo, a Willie Mays from 62.
You were influenced. The curator effect.
Michael Ham Fishing. Michael, it was wonderful to hang out with you this week. Thanks for helping me carry all my luggage around. Dexflow Toys. Dan, did you stop vlogging shows?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you're doing it all this week.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a vlog.
Yeah, so wait for it.
I don't make a vlog of every show because not every show is great. To be honest, like a lot of these shows have been really slow.
Or we haven't done anything.
Yeah,
that's why.
Yeah, so only select shows now. Like I will definitely do one for the national, but to be honest, I'm kind of getting tired of doing the vlog.
Did you do one for Comic-Con?
No,
you didn't even do one for that. Okay,
no, because I wanted to enjoy it. I don't want to carry a camera around. But I'm getting tired of doing the vlog. So the next stage of my evolution is going to be something else of my content. I don't know, like maybe just.
Why do vlogs get tiring?
Because it's a lot of editing.
Yeah,
you know,
and I know.
And I can do it, but I don't like it.
So that's why it's hard for me. When you've been editing all day,
Yeah.
the last thing you want to do is edit some more.
Yeah,
it's tough.
I'm not an editor. I don't have an editor. I don't do any of that stuff. And
so we need more subscribers so we can hire an editor.
Yeah, so
please help us.
I don't know.
And plus, I'm on strike, guy, or my union, my entertainment world is on strike. So please, hit us up for some donations there.
Yeah, give us some super stickers.
I need some help, guys.
Let's see here.
We need some super stickers. Trader Griffs, 100 shows. Congratulations down that big milestone. Adam, are you coming to Burbank Card Show next month? Let us know. I assume you are, so let's hang out. The Sports Card Professor 7. Congratulations on episode 100. Are the Iced Tea Auto inserts in the 2-card set, or is it gas selling them separately? I thought they were selling them separately because one of the viewers has DM'd me wanting to try to get me to get one for him and broker a deal. But unfortunately, you can only get them in the box. But I was told that there's a 1 out of 4 box chance that you get one. Are you going to get any then?
No. They told me a 1 in 9 chance to get a Arnold Schwarzenegger auto, and I bought 10, and I didn't get shit.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I really wanted that Arnold auto too, but yeah, fuck it.
They owe you one.
I know.
The Sports Car Professor 7 again. Did you get to do the REA booth by ComC to see if they are displaying the Luke Skywalker PSA 10 1977 card 1? And it's funny you asked that because these are some of the people that stopped us and wanted to talk to us because Dan, is always promoting REA. And I told them, and we started talking about our show, and they let us hang out our booth for an area, and they showed us all the stuff. And then I knew Adam. He started working there.
Yeah.
Aaron, sorry, not Adam, Aaron.
And I asked them about the card, and they showed it to us.
Yes, they did. Cool. Dex Flow, it would be cool if episode 100 Merle turns heel and hits Dan with a chair. That's going to be at the end when we raise our hands tonight. He turns around and says bye. Trader Griffs, that gym in Westminster is no joke. I think it was 150 degrees in there. Yes, it was. Oh my gosh. It was like us on Wednesday here.
Yeah, that's in that gym, we cut our teeth at that show.
Whew.
In terms of being vendors.
It was very still too. Still air. Cards across America. Mike, what's up, bud? Dan is super awesome. How about me? Adrian, CV Sports Cards. Because of Dan, I started doing YouTube content. He really encouraged me to excel. Adrian, you said that about me. Come on. Mr. TD. Hello, fellas. Looking good. Buy more buying or selling for y'all. Selling. Please come and buy from us then. We need you to be more buying. Andrew, Dan and Merlin, what are your thoughts on Fanatics planning to launch their own live events in 2024? Michael Rubin said his goal is to grow the hobby 10 times. Dan, what do you think about that? Do you know about it?
I don't know their specific plans, but I think that judging by the corporate booths and the standards that have been set at this national, if they put an emphasis on that and make an entire show like that, the way a Comic-Con is, I think it's going to be huge. Okay, I think it's definitely going to be a big thing. I think it's going to be its own show, standalone show, and I can see the hobby going 10x. Okay,
definitely.
I don't know how long it'll take, but I think they are going to try their very best to do it. So I'm very optimistic.
You know, when I came here in Chicago 2019, there was probably like 2 or 3 or 4 corporate booths that had installations or sets. And now I feel like there's like 100. Definitely.
Yeah, it's definitely expanded.
Mark the Collector, Dan would have made AIH tap out.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I would have put him in a camel clutch and get that little shit to tap out.
We should have had a blood and guts match. Chicago style.
Yep.
Chicago street fight. Dexflow Toys. AIH didn't want that smoke. Yeah. The Sports Card Professor 7. Did someone sponsor the Wrestling Trade Night? Which venue was it held at? How many attended? Yes, there was 2 sponsors. I know it was Kentucky Roadshow guys. And then guys, what was their names beside us? The NWOCO guys.
RBI Club or something.
And then some other wrestling guys that were in front of us. Yeah. But they had like 2 or 3 sponsors. It was at the Hyatt, which is the hotel we're staying in one of the banquet halls downstairs. And what had me say, like 150, 200 people?
Oh, yeah. It was a lot of people.
It was a lot of people. For the first time doing it, I was very impressed. And they gave away a lot of goodies in the raffle. Andrew, no, it's good, Dan. And AIH didn't have a conversation after all. To my knowledge, Dan hasn't had much interaction with him anyway. Just keep focusing on the content and everything will fall in your place. And you know, when he finished talking to me, I noticed that he walked away and he gave you a look. And I've seen that look. I've seen that on exes before when I'm with my girlfriend Maria and I see them at a concert and they see me with another woman and they give me that stink eye, like jealous, or like their heart's hurt.
Yeah.
Well, he gave you that look like he was an ex-girlfriend.
He had his.
I mean, he was a nice guy. I will give him credit. I want to say some positive stuff. I don't want to be hating, but you know, but I wish he did have the balls to go up and talk to him. I mean, he could have even asked me. If he had asked me, I probably would have done it. But instead, I was just thinking about what I should do, and I didn't. I felt like if I did it, I might have been a dick.
Yeah. He had his opportunity to man up and say what he wanted to say to me, but he passed up. So,
Andrew, Dan and Merlin are like the odd couple. You might not expect them to have a good chemistry, but it works. That's why I put the odd couple theme on tonight's post on Instagram. Okay, Andrew, the sports card market is crowded and competitive. I love it, but can totally understand why you guys would go in a different direction, and pop culture has room to grow. It's newer than sports. Carlos, thank you and good luck at trade night tonight. Well, if we make it, we got a lot of comments still. Tony, hobby is actually full of toxic people who are childish. If you caught their attention like that, it's a 1,000% out of jealousy. I wouldn't even think twice about it. Kids will be kids. Even grown-ups will be kids. Dan?
So grown-ups can be immature too.
Like we're kids, but in a positive way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We enjoy our toys and our collections. Tony, Dan just did not respond to that stuff because you're not lower than that level.
That is true. A kind of goal, like I don't know what you call this, thought process that I have in my mind, a philosophy that I have is I try not to waste my time on things that don't bring me value.
Okay.
So I don't like to just waste my time arguing with people for the sake of arguing.
You just cut the umbilical cord or just cut them out.
Yeah. I just feel like I'm not.
You don't need that
waste my time.
Toxic energy.
No. I really try not to wrap myself in situations where I get heated and fight with people. And it's not going to lead to anything positive. So I try not to waste my time.
I try to throw sparkles on it or glitter. And if it doesn't work, then I walk away. Andrew, Merlin, low-key motivational speaker. What? Low key? I am? What? Have I been low key tonight?
No.
Okay. Mark C. What's up, guys? Dan, well said, Merle. Thank you. Search. Good word, bro. Thank you, man. The next flow toys. Here he goes again.
Yeah.
Mark the Collector. I appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, Mark, so much. Sinster. What's up, Sinster? Yay, Merlin. Thank you. She went to college with me in University of North Carolina.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
You know what we haven't seen in a while?
What?
Merleworld cards, some other country. We haven't seen.
Yeah, where are they? Where's Merleworld cards, India?
Yeah, what happened to
Where's
Merleworld cards, Sri
Uruguay?
Lanka? Merleworld cards, Siberia. What happened to all to that guy, huh?
Yeah, where's Merleworld, Indonesia? Andrew, I don't even do social media, but you guys have always been welcoming. Thanks, Dan and Merlin. You had to beg Andrew to create an Instagram account so I could give him his $100 for golden. Meme Maker, what's up with that missing card Dan was announcing?
So
what was this?
Just real short. I don't want to get into it. I left my card. I left the card that I purchased, the Luke the Cardist 1 of 1 at the water cooler. The housekeeping people threw it away by accident. I freaked out. I called the hotel. They searched the trash and they found it for me. So it's my fault. Nobody stole it or anything like that. But I got the card back, so everything's good now.
Okay.
Yes. And one thing I wanted to say too that I forgot to say is that one thing that we always try to do with you guys when we get our sponsorships and everything like that, we try to reward the people that support us.
Mm-hmm.
We purposely, we don't do like duck race, random drawing, shit like that. Whatever you call it, if you want to call it favoritism or whatever, we pick the people that support us the most, and that's our goal with everything.
CV Sports Cards, Adrian, is there a story on the picture with Gary V?
Well, basically, we're walking by the booth. People were asking.
Oh, the photo we had.
People were asking to take photos with him, so we snuck in there. And
it was the hour we were walking around the morning before the crowd got in.
Yeah, we were snuck in there, and he was cool enough, and he let us basically, he took the photo for us, and we photobombed him.
Yeah, so basically, guys, there's like a 1 hour window before VIP comes in. So from 8:30 to 9:30, it's the vendors back in, setting up their displays at the booth. And then by 9:30, the VIP come in for 30 minutes before the GA crowd comes in at 10. Let's go, SV. Congratulations on the 100th episode and hopefully many more episodes to come. Can't wait till Anaheim. Let's go. Yeah, the curator will be at Anaheim and doing his first Burbank card show since last year because he was in Asia at the one in Ontario, and he really missed a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it's in my backyard, so it'll be much easier.
He is literally like a couple miles down the road.
It'll be much easier for us.
And I got to do the drive. T-Rex loves leftovers. Wow, what a name. Any thoughts about 5x7 trading cards? They're also labeled as cabinet cards. Are there some Star Wars 5x7s which are blah blah blah? I think pretty cool, Dan.
I mean, I would equate those to like maybe exhibit cards that he's talking about, like the oversized.
Yeah, but you know, also like the top loader ones that come in like transcendence. Yeah, like how you won that Sergeant Slaughter for big rings.
Yeah, I haven't really seen too many of it. I mean, I think it's cool.
Or like those giant sketch cards and stuff.
Yeah,
I know you got some 5x7, like more modern stuff.
I think they're really cool, but the problem is they're hard to transport.
Yes, they are.
So does it become a thing? I mean, I just think cards. I do all sorts of different things. I do toys, comic books, original art now, and memorabilia. And the one problem that they all have is size.
So true.
For collectability, and just ease and convenience, there's nothing better than the size of these cards. You can have an entire collection in one Zion case. By the way, use code Curator for your discount on Zion cards. But you can use one case can contain an entire collection, whereas every other type of collectible requires a lot more real estate. So I think it's a niche thing. I think that you'll have one or two in your collection, but is some guy going to have a whole table full of them, 50 of them? I doubt it.
No. And it's crazy because even though it's 5x7, in your display case, it pretty much takes up 4 of these space in real estate. And if it's the same price as this, you're losing out on 3 other cards.
Right.
Meme Maker, did you get tenderized for the Jackie Robinson magazine or sold it at full price, Dan?
I gave a little bit of discount, and honestly, I probably should have priced it higher because they sold quick. And I kind of feel bad. I feel like I gave them away. You know,
you did.
And I feel like I gave them away,
but basically. You did pretty well in your type ones. Like you did, you sold Hulk Hogan type one.
I probably underpriced it, but I still made like 3x of whatever I got them for. Not 3x, right? But like I doubled up on my money, but I probably should have charged them more because they loved it. And but anyways, it proves my concept that these unique, rare, slabbed, graded items that have great eye appeal, that display well, that's the stuff that sells. So
definitely.
I'm happy.
And that definitely had eye appeal.
Yeah.
That color was very bold.
Yeah. And I don't have to take it home, so I'm happy.
Yeah, because it takes up a lot of space, like we said. Andrew Lee plans to travel to Asia. Yes.
Well, we found out that there is going to be an Asian card show in Macau, China. That's where the casinos are. So
is that all like casinos? Is like Vegas?
Yeah, that's where like in the James Bond movies, they go to Macau.
There's some more what's the with the giant cards?
Yeah, so I don't know if we're gonna go this year, but if the show evolves into something, maybe we'll go. I think London card show is gonna be interesting. We might try to go out there at some point, but
our ladies would love that if we have to take them with them.
Oh, of course. We gotta make it a family vacation, right? So
they would be so jealous.
Yes, definitely. We're gonna be taking Between Two Slabs International. Maybe not this year, but next year for sure.
Right. Andrew, heard the Golden is having a season 2. What would you like to see different from first season?
Well, first of all, we need to make a cameo.
Yes.
We need to make Ken Golden. Please put us on the show. If you guys want to see us on the King of Collectibles season 2, please message Golden, message Ken Golden, and let them know that you want to see us on there. And I don't even need a speaking part, okay? I will be the guy in the background that takes out the trash while Ken's in his office doing a deal. You know what I mean? I will be the guy that...
You'll be an extra.
I'll be the taxi driver that picks up the guys from their private jet and takes them to execute their deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll be auctioneer number 3.
Yes. Just give me like 2 seconds. 2 seconds time. Just so I can get the credit on just so I can have an IMDb page.
Yes. Unless it's a SAG show, then I can't act in it. Sorry. Roberto Thomas, will you be giving or will you be going live from inside the National? No, it's too crazy.
The Wi-Fi is too bad.
There's too much going on.
Yeah.
Andrew, was this year's National better than 2022?
Yes.
Just like overall wise, but for me right now, sales it, but overall, I think so.
Experience wise, yes. Sales wise, for me,
it's been better. Yes. Because we did have a lower inventory. Yeah. Luckily, I sold some really big stuff last year, and that's the only reason. But buying, selling, trading, getting to know people, the experience, a lot better here.
Yeah. And
I
see it. But that's not to say that last year's National was a bad experience. No, it was still a great experience. It was my best show last year.
That's why you ran here. We didn't walk, and that's why we got all sweaty.
Yeah. So, but this year is just way better.
Yes,
in my opinion. Oh,
hey, here they are.
Who did this?
We manifested them.
Who did this?
We asked, and they shall come.
Yes.
Merleworld Cards Australia, folks. It's for real, guys. They're back. Oh, Merle, it's been a while, so let me talk to you. Yeah, brother.
All right. Whoever did that, thank you. That made my night.
It's probably Dex Flow.
Okay, so that is the last comment. We got through all of them. I think we can wrap this up. We're way over time now, way over time. I'm just going to go off with this closing statement. I'll let you do it first. What would you like to say to him?
Hey, guys, it's been a pleasure. Any of you out there who are watching that are at the National who have met us, thank you for everything. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your inspiration, just being there. Thank you for your shakes, your hugs, your thank yous. I can never be so humbled as I am with you guys. Thank you for making this happen. And also, I'm looking for more episodes with you guys and with Dan and many more shows, and hope to see If I haven't seen you, I hope to see you guys in the future. I'm sure I will. If I met AIH, I'm sure I'll meet some of you guys I haven't met yet. So when we show up at your city, please come out, or whatever Merleworld country I'm in, please come to that country.
Yes.
And if you haven't, so Great Curator Army. If you don't subscribe to Merlin, I'm on TikTok, I'm on eBay, I'm on Instagram, who knows what I'm on, and it's at Merleworld Cards. So if you just want to say hello and say, hey, it's a pleasure, or if there's something you see that you like that you didn't get, or you see us posted on Instagram, message us, or have it on eBay, message me, and I'll make y'all guys a special deal, because y'all are special people. You mean a lot to me, and I want to show my appreciation to you guys. It's been an honor. Thank you, everyone. And I'm looking forward to what's in store for the rest of the year.
Yes. Well said. Well said. I'm not gonna reiterate too much. I won't draw this out, but I will say this. Let me get close to the camera so that you guys can see. Okay, look at my eyes here. Okay, looking directly at you. 100 episodes. It's a big deal. We spent a lot of time. We spent a lot of effort to do this passion project, essentially, and this passion project has turned into some great opportunities for us in the hobby. We love every minute of it. We've had so much fun, but really, we owe all the opportunities that we have to you guys who support us. So thank you so much for that. And really, everything that we do is to entertain you guys. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. That's our goal for everybody that listens to this podcast, this silly podcast, for whether it's 5 minutes or all the way through 2 hour plus. It's to entertain you guys and to share information, share a little bit about ourselves, a little bit about our experience in the hobby, but mainly just to entertain you guys.
That's right.
If I can make you laugh for 5 seconds out of every day, then that's a win for me. So
exactly.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out and supporting us all the time. And please continue to do it. Continue to come to the shows to see us, shake our hands, take our pictures, buy our t-shirts, all the stuff that you guys do. We appreciate it 100 times more than we can express, okay, to you guys. So thank you so much for that. And with that, let me cue up the banner here. I'll say good night, and maybe we'll tenderize some people. See us on Instagram and see if we can get one more deal. If not, one more day at the Nationals. So let's see if we can get those gold digging day deals tomorrow.
And we'll be on Tuesday, right?
Yes, Tuesday. For episode 101. Yes. See you guys.